will win cash, and there will be gun boards, raffles, door prizes, and team prizes. New this year, a cooking competition. To become a sponsor for the Blazing Targets benefit shoot or to compete as a shooter, please call Ricky at 575-361-4375. Paid for by Eddy County Lodgers Tax.
Tired of the same routine at your boring job? The Hobbs Police Department is hiring. We are looking for motivated individuals who want to start an exciting career today. You can start with no experience at $24.78 per hour, and once you're certified, you'll get bumped up to $29 per hour. You get every other weekend off, great insurance, and an excellent retirement plan. Together, we can achieve more. Call Hobbs Police Department Recruiter today at 575-391-2640 or apply online at hobbspde.com.
This week at Bob's Ridgeway, big specials for Lent. Farm-raised catfish nuggets, 88 cents a pound. Chicken of the sea shrimp, $6.99 a pound. Atlantic salmon, big fillets, great for grilling, just $9.99 a pound. In produce, early season juicy Canada cantaloupe, $1.99 a piece. Mellow sweet honeydew melon, 99 cents a pound. And those jumbo sweet onions, they're 99 cents a pound also. And make up a bunch of PB&J with a tender crust bread, Food Club peanut butter and jellies, all on special. And these are just a few of the hundreds of specials this week. Where your grocery dollar always goes farther, they still carry your groceries out for you. Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Southeast New Mexico forecast temperatures this afternoon with Roswell at 63 degrees and some blowing dust. Same thing for Carlsbad, Artesia. In fact, the dust reducing visibility and blowing dust reducing visibility in Hobbs and Lovington at 63 degrees on this Wednesday. Some wind gusts could become damaging. Now, Hobbs, Lovington temperatures by tomorrow at our studios at 63 degrees. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Grab the salt, tequila, and lime.
What are you doing? Making margarita.
Because it's National Margarita Day.
Yeah, we need margaritas.
It's 5 o'clock somewhere here on the morning show. Hey, it's National Margarita Day.
Margaritas, anybody?
I would love to go for margaritas.
It's National Margarita Day.
Get drunk on margaritas?
National Margarita Day.
Tequila, triple sec, and lime or lemon juice.
I have to go to work.
Well, we got the cure for that. Margarita.
Okay, everybody, it's showtime.
I figured I'd start the show by begging for a shorter work week.
Everybody wants a shorter work week.
Back to work. Everybody. Work, 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 work.
Nobody really wants to work at all.
Let's go to work. I need some coffee.
The study shows that everyone is lazy.
Dealing with 100 different problems and responsibilities.
We'd rather loaf and shop on Amazon, yeah. You want an office romance? Well, you won't have a chance. And though your boss is a jerk, you'll have to show up to work.
Work means stress.
Yeah. Let's get to work.
Oh, no.
Everybody is begging for a shorter work week. Everybody wants to work from home. Everybody wants to be like Tom A., who is working less and making the same amount. That everybody would love to be in his shoes as he's on camera reading his phone. Good morning. I actually played the song for you. What the hell is going on?
Dedicated it to me or what?
I did. Shorter work week, less hours, making the same money. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And awesome again. Looks like we've got Ruidoso schools closed today. Very high winds, and those schools are closed today. Ruidoso.
Okay. What? I mean, we're getting damaging winds are expected today, right?
So, yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Come on.
Are you there? Good morning, B.
I mean, we're supposed to going to have like 60 mile an hour winds today, but they actually kind of changed it on us just a tad. Just a tad. So I'll get you updated with the complete forecast coming up in just a second. Anything else about school closures?
No, not yet.
You sure?
Yeah, just the one that you mentioned right there.
All right, Ash Wednesday going on today. Got the ashes. Be Humble Day. George Washington's birthday. Inconvenience yourself today. National Cook a Sweet Tater Day.
Yeah.
Those are actually good for you, Tom.
Love potatoes.
Sweet taters. National Margarita Day. National Wildlife Day. Play More Cards Day going on today. Recreational Sports and Fitness Day. Tom is involved in that. Absolutely. Scouts Founder Day going on. Supermarket Employee Day. Walk the Dog Day. And World Thinking Day happening all day today. Winter storm affecting more than 1 million Americans coast to coast. Weather professionals are expecting so much white powder. A lot of people confused it with Hunter Biden's hotel room. That's a lot of powder. That's a lot of white powder. Heavy snow expected, blizzard conditions across the Midwest, all the way to the New York area. And people are like, summer, get here quick so we can start complaining about the heat. Sales of existing homes fallen for the 12th straight month, but things are so good in America under Joe Biden. Sales in January dropped 36.9% from the year before. Home prices crashed so hard, you would think they were trained under Pete Buttigieg. I mean, it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I got a lot of tape from Joe Biden. He was in Poland yesterday. I'll get to that in just a second. Talking about democracy, talking about our troops. I'll play the cut for you. I promise I will get to that cut. Our troops. Wait, Joe. Not really our troops. Unless you're telling me something I don't know. And that could be. Barbara Bosson, known as Faye on Hill Street Blues, passed away. She was 83.
Really? Wow.
You know what she died of?
COVID?
Yeah, COVID, I'm sure.
No.
Thank you for that.
Was it heart attack? I guess. Old age, I guess.
My mic is doing a Tom.
If it had been 2 years ago, it would have been COVID.
Look, my mic is doing a Tom. Look at it. Oh, now it's not going to do it.
Drooping.
Yeah, COVID. Yeah. She's 83. God only knows what she died of. All right, you sorry. And I ain't got enough strength in my hands to tighten it up. All right, I'll make the best of it. It was just fine. Oh, look. There goes Tom. It's been hanging around you too much. First Canadian health official put out recommendations having 2 drinks a week can be healthy for you. 2 drinks a week. Now, over 2 drinks a week, probably not as healthy for you. Just throwing it out there. I got an update from Santa Fe, tweet of the day and more. Text line is open. Our number 877-396-W105. Question of the day. How many times a week do you eat out?
Okay. Once.
How many times a week? Tom, we'll start with you.
I cut back to 1 time a week.
Dude, you are such a liar.
God almighty.
For real, guys, I don't eat out no more.
I guarantee within about 10 minutes, we're going to get enough texters to make you out a liar. They're going to tell us. They're going to tell on you just like normal.
I was out yesterday. I did go out and eat yesterday.
Yeah.
But that's the only
when
one.
you went out the day before the buffet, you got busted.
No, I wasn't there. That place was closed, I told you. On Monday, it was closed. I didn't go there.
I think it was Sunday, but whatever.
Not even Sunday.
Whatever,
but
dude.
no, I calculated the last month of what I ate before, going to the doctor and everything. $375 a month just for going out.
So you're sticking with the final answer. One now. One time a week you're going out to eat.
Otherwise, I'm loading up my refrigerator.
I am probably 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, when we're back in the States, it's one time a week we go out to eat. Maybe 2 times.
Well, it's cheaper to eat out there.
So, I mean, here, yeah, it's probably every night and sometimes for lunch, too.
Dang, man.
So, yeah, I would say 7 or 8. Will, how many times you eat out?
It depends if my boys or my brothers here. But I would say if it's just me, probably 2 times a week.
2 times.
But you can't eat nothing, though, right?
I damn sure can. I just am real careful what I do eat. Like, I'll get, they have a place here in Hobbs that has really wicked blackened chicken sandwiches.
Really?
I just get it without the bread.
Uh-huh.
And then get the side as the mixed veggies they do. And then I also
I just don't know how you eat it without the bread.
They have a chicken thing at a steakhouse that's really good.
Ooh.
And I could have the steak if I wanted to too, and just be careful on the sides and don't do potatoes, Tom. But I also, I do a lot of salads.
Yes.
There's a couple places that make some really awesome salads, and I'll do those. So, I mean, that's what if I eat out, that's typically what I eat.
So I want to know how many times you eat out, if you could. Our number 877-396-W105. Answer on Facebook. You can answer on the text line. Text line this morning being brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day being brought to you by Lovington Auto Supplies. And you can find them in Lovington. And they're your Napa dealer. And if you're watching on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Rumble, thank Desert Sands Waterwell for that. You can find them at desertsandsnm.com. And Mitch should be in the Breakfast Club. Get a 10% discount on existing waterwell repairs or new waterwells. That could save you a ton of money. Broadcasting from the End of the Mountain God Studios and being powered by our buddies at Carlsbad Chevrolet. Get in there and talk to Daniel about saving a bunch of money on a brand new or pre-owned automobile. House passed yesterday the extreme abortion, transgender, and election bills. Things are not going good on the conservative side. So yesterday, New Mexico House of Representatives passed 2 extreme pieces of legislation, one regarding abortion, one regarding transgenders, and one regarding elections. Linda Sotero, HB 7, she's out of Santa Fe, would force public bodies to facilitate abortions and gender-affirming care. By the way, it passed the chambers 38-31. After a lengthy 3-hour debate, 6 Democrats joined Republicans to oppose the extreme bill, even though it did pass. They also changed the bill about the number of hours that you could actually debate, pass the chamber in 3-hour debate. They also changed the elections. Tom, how did they affect the elections?
I didn't really pick up on that, B. I was working on something else. I want to talk about it with you here if you get through.
Well, they changed the way who you can vote for. Right. You can vote for Republican, Democrat. You can switch parties. You can do all kind of stuff. But can't you just help a brother out every once in a while?
I was wondering.
I'm just saying. I mean, working. I played the song for you and all. Working less. Just saying. I mean, could you help me out with a story every once in a while?
Well, I got another one that I was on the phone with last night, and whenever you get through, it's a very important story. It's a story about the U.S. Forest Service is shooting cows from up in the air. Now, they've got a major hearing today in Santa Fe regarding this because those shootings are supposed to start again tomorrow. I spoke with Brunson Horn. He is the president of the Cattlemen's Association here in across the state. And he told me they're going to be trying to put a restraining order on them today. He couldn't be on the show, but I'm going to try to schedule him tomorrow. So it's very important that people know about that.
Appreciate you.
Yeah.
High wind warning in effect all day today. In fact, we could get winds today over 65 miles an hour. That's why Ruidoso schools are closed, because wind has already started to blow extreme in Ruidoso.
Well, and the last time the wind was that bad, we had the McBride
fire.
Yep.
Yeah. 65 for the high, 65 mile an hour winds from the southwest, blowing dust tonight, 50 mile an hour winds down to about 40. And then the winds pretty much are gone tomorrow at a high of 67. Check out the weather this morning being brought to you by United Pump and Supply. They supply all the pumps that you need. Looking for a supplier that can stand up to pressure? That's United Pump and Supply. You can find them online right now at up-s.com, up-s.com. They have all the pumps you'll ever need, and they're going to be opening up in Carlsbad very, very soon. They've got 60 years of experience, and they are the experts when it comes to chemical pumps, valves, chokes, gauges for the oil and gas industry, and they're authorized for Mercer, Superior Products, Chicago Valve, Warren, Sharp, also LMI, TechStream, and the list goes on and on. You could trust these guys at United Pump and Supply, opening in Carlsbad very soon. Just find them on the web. That's where you can get their number, up-s.com for more information. Got a lot of blowing dust for the next couple days. Already 622 morning show also being brought to you by Zia Guns, 1907 North Main in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns, they've got them all. And looking for a gun? They probably have the gun that you're looking for in stock. But if they don't, let them know about it. They can order it for you and get it very quick. Large selection of ammo in stock, cleaning supplies. Ladies, if you're looking for personal protection, they do have lethal and non-lethal personal protection. Zia Guns, 35-plus years in business. Find them at 1907 North Main in Roswell. Closed on Saturday, always open on Sunday. New Mexico ranks the top in the top 10 states for the most obsessed states following UFOs. Could part of that be because of Roswell?
Absolutely.
Yeah. So number one UFO state would be Wyoming, followed by Alaska. New Mexico is at number 9. Google searches when it comes to looking for UFOs increased 47% in New Mexico. Indiana really doesn't believe in UFOs. They're at the bottom of the list.
We got a message on Facebook. Tommy.
Yes, sir.
What did you have yesterday when you ate out?
I had a salad.
Try again.
And I had caldo de res.
Try again.
And I had some meat picado, whatever that means, meat picado.
Try again.
And unsweet tea.
Try again.
Sweet tea.
What else do you want?
Casey busted you this morning, bro.
I saw him. I saw him last night.
Enchiladas yesterday at the buffet. My husband saw him.
I talked to him yesterday. I said, I'm going to tell. Let's go ahead.
Oh, there you go. Busted. And enchiladas,
and a sweet
bro.
Tea.
No,
and it wasn't
sweet tea. It was not no sweet tea. It was
enchiladas.
Well, you said it, not me. You said sweet tea.
What's one of the main ingredients of enchiladas, Tom?
Well, they've got cheese in it and chicken.
Tom, no matter how you make it, what's one of the main ingredients of enchiladas?
Oh, that would be
okay. Well,
tortillas?
I had
Tortillas.
one enchilada.
Whatever.
One. I had one.
You can't have one.
Whatever, bro.
So
it's like a ding dong. You can't stop at one.
No.
Come on.
I got a birthday shout out this morning. It's Nicole. She says, today's my birthday, and I just want Will to wish me a happy birthday. He's my favorite. Nicole, happy birthday to you. I appreciate you for saying that, too.
Lori Lightfoot claims that she misspoke when she told voters that weren't voting for her to not show up at the polls. Yeah. Between her and the mayor of New Orleans flipping people off at the Mardi Gras parade, keep it classy, Democrats. Keep it really, really classy. All right, tweet of the day this morning. We're going to get that out of the way first thing. Tweet of the day being brought to you by our buddies at the Hobbs Airfield Speedway. You know, I am seeing more and more cases of street racing. There is a guy that was arrested in Odessa for street racing. We see what happened in Austin with street racing. If you want to race, bring your automobile out to the Hobbs Airfield Speedway, and from time to time, they open up the track to you. So that's the perfect place for you to do not street racing, but real racing. They've got big-time racing coming up March 10th with Testing Tunes starting at 6. That's on Friday. And then the big race coming up with a legendary Limpy coming up March 11th. That's Saturday. Classes of drivers include true tire, small tire, also tailgate, run what you brung it, and other races. Gates open at 11, drivers meeting at 2. Races start soon after the drivers meeting. Find out more information by following them on TikTok. Also, you can follow them on Facebook and Instagram. If you need more information, call Jamal, 575-631-5099. Let me just say before I play the tweet of the day, there were lots of edits in here because I had to take out multiple cuss words. And it was like this guy was getting paid every time he dropped the F-bombs. So I caught every one of them. I went back and listened like 3 times. But this is a homeless guy in San Francisco, originally from Louisiana and Texas, he said. Moved to San Francisco to get all the free stuff. That's what he said.
If you're going to be homeless, it's pretty easy here. I mean, if we're going to be realistic, they pay you to be homeless here.
When you said that San Francisco pays people to be homeless, what did you mean by that? Did you mean that literally?
Yeah. I mean, I get $620 a month, dude.
From general assistance, or how was that hard to get?
Phone call, bro.
Wow.
Phone call. 200 food stamps and $620 cash a month.
Wow.
Forget about it. Why wouldn't I do it? You know, free money, dude. This right now is literally by choice. Literally by choice. Like, why would I want to pay rent? I'm not doing shit. I got a cell phone that I have Amazon Prime and Netflix on.
He's homeless. He's got Amazon Prime and Netflix. Why does he? And they're paying him. They give him free food stamps. He gets a free phone with data. I mean, why would he work? We made it so easy for these people. And now we're talking about giving them homes. You think that will make the number of homeless go up or go down, Tom?
Whatever. Go right back up.
Well, it never went down.
Right.
The numbers are continuously
climbing, going
up and up and up. Budweiser Clydesdale get tangled up and fall down during the Texas Stock Show and Rodeo, and witnesses tense moment when the team of the iconic Clydesdales got tangled up and collapsed on the ground. The video, shared by the Model Horse and Tack School, shows that the demonstration going bad after a pair of the Clydesdales tripped, and the crowd, you could hear the crowd just, and they fell to the ground, and that's a big animal. A group of officials and trainers rushed to the horses, and they were checked for injuries. It looks like all horses are going to be all right. Thank God for that.
Yeah.
Donald Trump visiting Palestine, Ohio. It's going to be donating water and supplies. Where's the Biden administration?
I was going to say, good for Trump. I mean, somebody's got to help those poor folks.
Where are they? Where are these guys?
Well, they're too busy, pandering to Ukraine,
giving our money away.
Well, and getting us into did you see Putin? He basically pulled out of one of the nuclear deals, so he's stepping things up.
Uh-oh.
Yep. Well, it's not gonna get better from this point. And Biden actually talking about NATO, that you can't encroach on. Well, Ukraine is not a NATO partner. What are you talking about? You dementia-ridden son of a gun. Then he talked about our troops. Do we have troops in Ukraine? We're not supposed to.
Yeah.
I don't know if we do or don't. Crazy. Text line, then we'll talk about Trump and get to Biden as he travels to Poland. How brave he was. I saw the video. I saw the meme today that Trump hid in his basement when they were trying to get into the White House. He was down in the bunker. And Biden has the fortitude to travel to a war-torn area with the sirens going off. One of the reporters said that he had been there a week ahead of the visit from Biden and had never heard the sirens ever in Kyiv. The moment Biden gets there, they break out the sirens.
Yeah. Pomp and circumstance, all that.
Oh, I tell you what, this Zelensky clown is one of the best actors I've ever seen. But Biden was so brave to go to Kyiv and pick up that pallet full of money for Hunter. Of course, he's getting 10% up top. Yeah. All right, text line quickly.
I know. Well, let's go to the phone line quickly. Good morning. You are on B in the Breakfast Club. Hello.
Hey, good morning, guys. How are you?
Good morning.
Yes, sir. Just to comment on that video, I've seen a couple of videos like the one you just played a minute ago.
Yeah,
where, homeless people are trying to move over there and take advantage of the government. It's just, if we do this to ourselves, we could hate on everybody that that's getting this money, but our own government wants to see us in poverty. They want to see us, they want to control us. You know what I mean? And it's sad. It's sad because we send all this money out to all these different countries like Ukraine, and they can't even send money to Ohio or Arizona where all this stuff's been going on. That, to me, I think the same government is doing all this, blowing up refineries and all this other stuff. That they're just trying to break America, man. And it's sad, We're out here trying to make a living, and they want to see us in poverty. That's the crazy part.
And the other thing is they want to keep us guessing what the hell's going on. And yes, sir. Have you ever met somebody that keeps up drama in their life? Just one drama goes away and they bring out another one. That's kind of where we're at in America right now.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Sad,
but anyways,
true.
God bless you guys and good show.
Thank you. All right, Tom, text line, then we'll play some cuts from Biden in Poland.
All right, let's do it. They arrested that guy for stealing the cop car in Roswell. 33-year-old Miguel
Yeah, I'll do
Rodriguez.
that. He's my taking out the trash this morning.
Okay. And if Tom, my buddy, had not given me the Willie bus, I would be homeless, says one of the texters. I appreciate it. And the homeless of New Mexico get everything for free also. I mean, they just have to ask for it, says the texter. And
you ever talk to a lot of these homeless people and like, hey, I can get you a job? They're like, a job? I had that discussion yesterday with a stepson because I'm clearing a lot. And I'm like, if you need more money, you can come work and I will pay you.
Okay.
Do you mean picking stuff up and physical cutting stuff and moving dirt and
right?
A lot of things you could say about me. Lazy's not one of them.
And Buddy, speaking of lazy, Buddy says 99% of those lazy B-turds can't even show up 3 days in a row as it is now, says the
no doubt.
Yeah.
Oh, we're going to give them houses now. All right, here's Biden talking about NATO. And Will, correct me if I'm wrong, Ukraine is not a member of NATO.
They are not. You are correct.
Yeah. And so he's talking about if you encroach on one of our NATO countries. Ukraine. Oh, they're not on the list.
The commitment of the United States to our NATO alliance and Article 5 is rock solid.
Oh, he's such a badass.
And every member of NATO knows it. And Russia knows it as well. An attack against one is attack against all. It's a sacred oath. Sacred oath to defend every inch of NATO territory.
So what a crock of manure.
Well, and even the people, the crowd are like, we're not part of NATO. Hey.
Now, Poland is.
No, so is that where he was when he said that?
Yeah.
Yeah, but Poland didn't get attacked.
No.
He was talking about Ukraine when he said that. And then he mentioned our troops, protecting our troops. America doesn't have troops there. So is Ukraine your troops? Well, damn sure we're paying for them.
May God bless you all. May God protect our troops.
Our troops.
And may God bless the heroes of Ukraine and all those who defend freedom around the world.
Wow. Our troops. I mean, definitely our troops. And, of course, no matter where he goes, he's got to become one of them. If he goes to a black church, all of a sudden he picks up, I go to the black church. He goes to the Puerto Rican neighborhood. He was Puerto Rican. All of a sudden he likes rum and big booty women. Goes to Poland. Oh, here's what he had to say.
And but everyone in town was either Polish or Italian. I grew up feeling self-conscious. My name didn't end in an S-K-I or an O. But all kidding aside, the connection between, I was telling the president, the pride, the overwhelming, demonstrable pride that the Polish Americans feel about Poland and the role you're playing now. We were talking about it. It's extreme. Yeah.
I'm going to ask this question before I play it. How many Ukrainian flags have you seen flying in New Mexico? Have you seen any?
Flying
I mean, Tom,
outside?
you're pretty good.
No.
Yeah, you haven't seen any? So Biden talks about all the Ukrainian flags that are flying over America to support the war. Really? Because I really haven't seen one.
All across my country, in big cities and small towns, Ukrainian flags fly from American homes.
Oh, no, we fly the American flag, Joe.
I don't think Facebook profile pictures count, Joe.
Yeah, yeah. Our all your woke folks with with the buttons or the ties. Even Mitch McConnell had the tie on. Wow. Thank you so much. Trump visiting Palestine, Ohio, donating water and all kind of stuff. He'll be there today. In the meantime, Pete Buttigieg has not even gone, and I do have the cut where he's talking about he will get there. Don't know when. At this point, they probably don't want you there. I had no idea. I read a story today about how bad of a mayor he was of South Bend, Indiana. South Bend is not a big town. It was so bad that roads couldn't get repaired, that Domino's actually paid to repair some roads so they could deliver pizza.
Sad.
That's pretty bad. I wonder if they repaired it with the dough. Was it thin crust or?
Right.
20 minutes away from 7 o'clock morning show this morning being brought to you by Platinum Auto Service, now doing tinting, window tinting. Give them a call. They're under new ownership in Carlsbad, 575-689-6900. They do diagnostic work, schedule maintenance, preventative maintenance. They can take care of your fleet of automobiles. Looking for new rims and tires, they got you covered there. Financing is available. Maybe got a truck you want to lift. They can accommodate that. They do the lift kits, leveling kits, skid plates, new bumpers, whatever it is you need, they got you covered. Get in there for brake jobs, AC service, window tinting, alignments, pretty much anything. They're in Carlsbad. Give them a call, 575-689-6900. I'll talk about a former probation officer speaks out about the mall shooter. Quit talking about him like that. He was a good kid. I'll get to that, but thank God you're a former probation officer. We'll talk about that. And Gavin Newsom underestimates the California deficit by not just a little, but a lot. About the same size of the budget used to be in New Mexico. I'll get to that. Tom, 877-396-W105.
All right, Dustin at Caverns Armory. If we don't think our special forces are operating in the Ukrainian, we're mistaken, he says. And just because you raise your voice doesn't make you a bad ASS, says another texter. And Rocket says this morning, if homeless people refuse a job, they're a bum. That's Rocket this morning. And another texter says, this country is run by people who hate America, he says. All they care about,
to believe that.
All they care about is raping and pillaging this country to line their pockets. Once you realize...
Racing or raping?
He said raping and pillaging this country to line their pockets. Once you realize they hate you and everything about you, well, it all makes sense, says the texter. B?
All right, thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years serving Southeast New Mexico. Quality products, excellent service, dependable, boom or bust. They are there for you. Gas, diesel, DEF value, they can deliver out to the patch. They're also your interstate battery distributor. They can take care of that too. Go to WakefieldOil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. Thought for the day, silence is golden unless you have a toddler.
Right.
In that case, silence is very suspicious. It is the thought for the day. 643, former probation officer of the mall shooter in El Paso. This guy is a former probation officer. Said the 17-year-old who died in the mall shooting spoke to AB7 about the young man. And he said, I hadn't had any contact with him. I want to say in about probably a year. He was a very quiet person. And, I worked with him for about 8 months. He had his good days and his bad days, but he was a quiet kid. And thought he was heading on to a better place. He said, I hate some of the things that are being said online. It is unjust, and I feel I need to defend his character. You guys don't know him. You guys never met him. You didn't deal with him. You don't know the kind of person he was.
Look, I don't need to know what kind of person he is. All I need to know is he's the kind of person to randomly take people's lives. That's all I need to know.
No, I mean, look, it is heartbreaking that a young man would do something like that. But, for you to make that statement, thank God you're not a probation officer.
Well, and I'm just saying, when he was with me, he was doing really good. And after he was gone out of my care, that's when he went bad, is basically what this dude's saying.
Are people put on probation for doing good things?
No.
Oh, okay. I'm a little confused there.
But he was doing better, B. You don't understand. He was doing better, and if he'd have stayed his probation officer, then he probably would have been fine. But because they changed it, that was the reason.
Oh, yeah. Whew. Gavin Newsom underestimates California's deficit by $7 billion. Wow. Thank you. According to the latest report. Gavin Newsom told Californians last month he expected a $22.5 billion deficit this coming fiscal year after a surplus of $100 billion, driven in part by federal grants from COVID. But, he was off a little bit, off by $7 billion. And this is who they want to be the president of the United States. He'll probably fit right in. All right, here's more on the Senate passing that election law that they want to get passed through the House now. But New Mexico Senate made history with the passing of the bill that would increase voter participation in primary elections. Senate Bill 73 would open those elections to independent voters, those belonging to minority parties, and decline to state voters. So currently only voters registered as Democrats or Republicans can vote in primaries. Senate voted 27-10 and a bipartisan support. Over 300,000 New Mexican voters are independent. It would give them the opportunity to vote in primary elections.
Look for that number to grow. This was one of the only things holding a lot of us back from becoming independents a long time ago. So look for that number to grow. I'm just saying.
I've lived in states where Republicans could vote for Democrats in primaries and vice versa. The only problem with that is Democrats can decide, because they're sneaky, I'm going to vote for the Republicans, and I'm going to put in the weaker candidate to run against the Democratic candidate. That's the only problem. But I think you're right, Will. I think this will encourage more independence.
But does that mean that Democrats can vote Republican, or just that independents can vote either way?
Independents can vote for either. I don't know. And the story did not say that if you could switch parties. It just really talks about independents being able to vote for either.
Well, and personally, I'm okay with that. But, and like I said, I think a lot more people will change their status to independent now because, if they can vote either way.
Yeah, you got a point. 648, New Mexico legislators took the states one step closer to banning plastic bags.
Here we go again.
This is a feel-good bill. I've been to Albuquerque. You ban your plastic bags, but I can buy the plastic bags at the store. I mean, and everything
tax on plastic bags.
Yeah, everything in the store is made of plastic containers. So, look, I understand. When I go out to the beach every morning, it breaks my heart. Plastic bottles, plastic bags. You know, it infuriates me that people bring this stuff and don't throw it in the trash can. You got a beautiful beach and people are wrecking it. I get it. And not only what it's doing to our wildlife, our fish, and that type of stuff, but same time, it's a feel-good measure. It's like going to Starbucks and they give you your drink in a plastic cup with a paper straw.
Look, make the fines for littering. Make the fines for littering astronomical, and make the fines and give rewards for people who turn in people who litter. Because then I guarantee no one's going to be littering. Because you see someone throw a can out their car and you got their license plate, their ass is grass.
So, toss no mas. That thing did not work.
Don't mess with Texas. Works pretty good. I mean, I'm not saying it's perfect.
That was a hell of a campaign.
I'm not saying it's perfect, but it
Toss
works.
no mas.
Toss no mas had no teeth.
Yeah, it just didn't work. Have you noticed Georgia Bulldogs have not gone to the White House?
Yeah. What's up with that?
So they didn't go to the White House last year. Right. And it kind of surprised me because Golden State Warriors were there. Remember, Joe Nelly took a knee. Mm-hmm. But for 2 years in a row, the Georgia Bulldogs have not been invited to the White House. And Kirby Smart, starting a dynasty. Last year was not invited. This year was not invited. They did have the parade in Athens, but did not receive an invitation from the White House. So Joe Biden doesn't like Georgia?
I guess. Or
it's kind of slap in the face for the dogs.
Uh-huh.
It really is.
If they were invited, did he turn them down?
No, did not receive an invitation 2 years in a row, is what the story said.
Wow.
I don't know why. Odessa police say Saturday around 10:37 a.m. major crash happened. Upon investigation, they found a 60-year-old and the 50-year-old female both taken to the hospital. Non-life-threatening injuries at the hospital. And brand new poll shows 1 in 3 parents give fever-reducing medicine when kids don't even need it.
Oh,
1 in 3.
If they have fever, great. They don't, no.
Well, and how much fever? To me, 100 is not really fever.
I would say 102.
That's a little hot. I'd say anything over 101.
Yeah.
But you probably have a fever all the time.
Well, what's 1 degree?
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, one of our texters says, would y'all please give the Hobbs Eagle varsity cheer team a shout out this morning?
Yeah.
And wish them safe travels as they're headed to California for nationals.
Wow.
They left this morning at 4:30 and will be competing Friday and Saturday in Anaheim, California.
Oh, get them. And this goes out to the Hobbs. Go ahead.
Yeah, Hobbs Eagle varsity cheer team. That's awesome.
And here's their rally cry. Dun, dun, da, 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 da. There you go.
Wow.
What the hell was that?
Well, that's a rally song.
That was sad.
Well.
What was that?
That's a rally song. I picked up on it when I was watching the Hobbs Eagles.
Look, that just undid the shout out.
That was pretty bad.
Yeah.
That was pretty bad. All right, we're going to talk about no weapon signs at the mall in El Paso. Did it apply to a licensed gun carrier? The guy that saved the day? I'll talk about that coming up next. Morning show being brought to you by Randall Pettigrew, reminding you he's in Santa Fe. He's battling for our way of life, trying to save the oil and gas industry, trying to save your Second Amendment rights, trying to bring common sense to Santa Fe. Oh, my God. That's a tough task. But Randy's up there battling with other Republicans. If If you have ideas, he would love to hear from you. Need help? That's what he does. RandallPettigrew.com for more information. Tom in the text at 654.
All right. Hey, B, you're more knowledgeable with college football than I am. I don't recall college teams visiting the White House. I'm not sure, though.
Oh, yeah, they did.
Okay.
I know when LSU won, they were there. I know multiple times Alabama's won, they've been there. Clemson's been there.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah, why would they skip Georgia? I don't know.
And another texter says, you know what? This is Ricky, by the way, and Hobbs says, the ban on plastic bags is just another attack on the oil and gas industry, he says. Yeah, let's save a tree. Buy a plastic bag. Laugh out loud, says another texter. And Travis from Roswell is saying, you know, those same wackos threw a fit about paper bags 10 to 15 years ago.
Yeah, you're right.
And said
we got to get rid of this.
Yeah, and said we were destroying the environment. Yeah, and they made us go to plastic bags, he goes on to say. And, you know, wait a minute. Are we not able to vote Republican or independent already, regardless of how you register? This particular text is asking?
No, you can't. You have to, if you're registered Republican, you have to vote Republican in the primaries. If you're registered Democrats.
Yeah. Well, we will talk to Randy Pettigrew. By the way, he has our Wednesday update, so we'll talk to him coming up at 9:06.
Yeah. Thank you. All right, 877-396-W105. Taking out trash on the way. No weapon sign at the mall did not apply to licensed gun carriers. So the guy that saved the day was Emmanuel Duran, and he shot the 17-year-old suspect who had already killed one and shot two others. He shot the guy. Now, the reason it didn't, even though there's a sign posted, he's a licensed carrier. So that sign did not hold up. Some people were saying, well, this guy was illegally carrying a gun. And, well, I mean, thank God he was, because he actually saved the day. This kid would end up killing more people. So thank God he was carrying a gun. Jeffrey Epstein documents with names of associates set to be be made public coming up in the next couple months, according to brand new information. Next couple months. That seems to be a long time for me. And Lubbock ranks the highest for suicide attempts among youths in Texas. Lubbock is number one. I was quite surprised at that. I couldn't believe those numbers. Smoking at the racetrack. The ban gets tabled. So it's done. The smoking ban at the racinos, finished. It's done. 2 Florida paramedics suspended after they pronounced a man dead. By the way, the guy was still alive. And he did make it. So congratulations. They have put both of the paramedics have been suspended. And Tom, what do you know about the new baby formula recall?
Didn't read about it.
I know you don't read a lot.
I didn't pick up on it.
So we got another recall on baby formulas, and they're saying it's just a precaution. About 100,000 cans of Enfamil baby formula is being recalled due to bacteria infections, or that could cause bacteria infections. So because of that, they are taking the cans off the shelves. Mayorkas, of course, he's in charge of Homeland Security, talking about being impeached. Republicans are talking about impeaching him. Here's what he had to say.
If House Republicans go ahead, you could be the first cabinet secretary to be impeached since 1876. How seriously do you take these calls for your impeachment?
Oh, I take them seriously. It is the leadership of the House that provided those remarks. I don't dismiss it by any measure. But what I do is I focus on my work.
Well, I wish you would focus a little bit more, because what you're doing is actually not working. It's not, I mean, so focus a little bit more. Our friend Stephanie Lord talks about a drug den bill where we will allow people to shoot up with any repercussions.
I saw that.
Police will not go into the drug den and arrest people. Here's what Stephanie Lord, Republican, had to say about this bill.
Hi, this is Representative Stephanie Lord from District 22. And not only do New Mexican progressives aid criminals and their harmful behavior, they now are in the business of providing drug addicts free access to their next fix. HB 263 will legalize drug dens, doesn't have any age limit, and is the first step in the state to legalize all drugs. Also, if you participate in this program, you are free from all wrongdoing. Adding to the dumpster fire that is New Mexico politics.
So we're going to provide the drugs for the addicts. Yeah.
Just our next step to be more like California.
Right.
Yeah, that's it. Did you guys see San Joaquin Sheriff going over the voting rolls? I found this today, and I was like, wow, this is a big deal. This is out of California. And it's a little long, but listen to some of the people that were registered in the San Joaquin Valley in California. I had no idea that Jesus voted in the 2020 election. Crazy.
We're not going to get into that. Just the fact that they were on the voter rolls with the birth date of 1850. There were 232 people registered to vote with an address to our local prisons.
Wait, I want you to go back to 1850. Tom, if they were born in 1850, how old would they be?
They'd be dead.
Oh,
okay. Thank you so much.
There were 4,144 people that were 90 years old and older. There were 125 people registered to vote or on the voter rolls that were registered to, or their address comes back to nonprofit, NGOs, and different businesses. There were 300 people, approximately 300 people with no first name, just a last name.
Wow.
There were about 110 people that were possible double voters, basically the same name, date of birth, address, but two different voter ID numbers. People were registered to vote at various shelters and all that. And we even found one person on the voter rolls by the name of Jesus Christ, which we found kind of interesting.
So Jesus Christ was registered to vote. I was quite impressed with that.
Well, but you know, these are the most secure elections ever.
Oh, very secure, very, very secure.
Hey, B,
did you see the?
I got
go ahead.
Quick alert right here from Kathy from the Patch. Tell everyone to be super careful out there. I'm driving from Hobbs to Artesia, and I can barely control my car already. So those high winds are starting to kick in.
And it is going to get worse.
Yeah.
65-mile-an-hour gust. Well, did you see that Democrats are very upset with Republicans, especially with Kevin McCarthy, because he gave surveillance videos.
Oh, yeah, to Tucker?
To Tucker Carlson.
Yeah, apparently all of the video, all of the hundreds and thousands of hours of video from the Capitol for January 6th, and they just dumped it on Tucker's crew. So now they've been going through it. We haven't had, I haven't seen anything yet.
I haven't.
Where they've come out. Morning. Yeah, and I've been checking too, and haven't seen anything where they've come out. Now they keep on saying they're working on it, but apparently, it's a lot of video to go through.
So he's very upset. Said it's not fair to give it to one network. And I mean, what would CNN do with that?
Look, the Democrats have had it for how long?
Well, and he also said he gave up sensitive information. So here's Raskin, Representative Raskin, talking about Kevin McCarthy and what he gave to Tucker Carlson.
So while we've got the President of the United States over in Ukraine expressing solidarity with the forces of democratic freedom, Kevin McCarthy is releasing these tapes to one network, not making it public for everybody, not giving it to CNN and MSNBC and the New York Times, Washington Post, giving it to Fox News and to Tucker Carlson so he can forward his propaganda theories. And as you say, this is a serious security risk. I mean, all of it wasn't released is precisely because it lays out floor design, it lays out evacuation routes, it lays out where the vice president went.
Oh my goodness, it's the end of the world. And I love when these people are talking about democracy in Ukraine. Didn't Zelensky shut down churches? Where's the democracy?
Shut down churches and is making it so the media can't say anything.
Yeah, so you got state-run media, and so I'm where's the democracy?
So who really is the bad guy?
Where is the democracy? Pete Buttigieg was one reporter found him last night as he was with his husband. Started questioning him, and I can't believe, when you're in the media, when you're in government, you work for the people. Sorry you don't have your personal time.
Well, I'd refer you to about a dozen interviews I've given today, and if you'd like to arrange a conversation, be sure to reach out to the press office. But I can have that conversation with you. Just walk.
You don't have a message for them?
I do, and I shared it with the press many times today. I'd refer you to those comments.
Would you mind sharing it with us?
No, I'm going to refer you to the comments that I made to the press because right now I'm taking some personal time and I'm walking down the street.
Are you going down there?
What's that?
Are you going down there at all?
Yeah, I am.
When are you going?
I'll share that when I'm ready.
Okay.
By the way, that's called put on the spot, and he wasn't going down there. Now he says he's going down there. Doesn't know what he's going down there. It's been 2 damn weeks. How long is it going to take you to go down there?
Good job that we still have real reporters. I'm just saying.
Yeah, thank God. I'm glad you're taking a break from the breastinator. Thank God for the little things in life. 7:07, we are on the Breakfast Club. Taking out trash, being brought to you by Trash Eaters, trash-eaters.com. They do residential pickup, and they remind you to give to the Lovington shelters so they can spay and neuter the animals and ship them off to a no-kill facility. Roswell police say the man that stole one of their vehicles has been arrested. They left the police vehicle unattended. According to the criminal complaint, officer left the unit running and unlocked while he was at the police station. Surveillance video shows the man stealing the car while the officer was inside. Based on the video, officers identified the suspect as 33-year-old Miguel Rodriguez. Evidently, he was a frequent flyer, and once they saw the video, they knew instant, oh, that's Miguel. We see him quite often. He has been accused of unlawful taking of a motor vehicle. The police vehicle was returned undamaged. Doesn't say how they tracked him down, but I would suspect they have a GPS in the vehicle.
I have 2 comments about Miguel. Dumbass, but huevos grandes, my friend, because not only did you take the police car, but you took it from the police station. Damn.
Right.
He could be very dumb also.
Well, at least he didn't lock his keys in his car.
Hence my dumbass comment to start that.
Yeah. So Tom says at least he didn't lock his keys in the car like I do quite often. Thank you for that.
Well, it wouldn't
and
have
Text line, Tom.
Thank Russ once again for getting you into your car.
Yeah, thanks, Russ. I appreciate it.
Not only did Tom lock his keys in his car, he locked him in while the car was running.
Right.
And then left it running for the whole show and didn't say anything to anybody because he was too embarrassed.
Well, I was. I'll give you that.
Oh,
one.
please. We love the material.
Plus, I didn't want nobody to go over there and try to take it from me.
Oh, how it was locked. And we have cameras.
So, I didn't want that to happen.
God bless you.
Hey, by the way, on the text, Kathy from the Patch is asking, you got to have some big cojones to steal a cop car from a police station, says the texter. Any reports on road conditions between Artesia and Roswell? I just texted our emergency managers in both those counties. We'll see what the situation is.
We do have a couple more closures, guys. Capitan Municipal Schools are closed today.
Okay.
So due to snow and high winds. So Capitan Municipal Schools are closed today. And the ENMU Ruidoso campus is closed today.
Man.
So.
Okay, and earlier Ruidoso had called and said their schools will be closed today as well. So, yeah, things may be pretty. I'm going to text them here in a minute, see what the situation, how worse that situation has gotten. And Patrick is asking, does it say who Jesus voted for? No.
Well, you can count on it. He voted for Biden.
And do we still have that phone, Russ? No. Yeah, and another text says, yeah, I mean, even
just a second.
Forrest Gump visited several times, says the text.
Do you remember back, it was like 2010, I think. Daffy Duck, actually, a guy registered his dog in New Mexico.
I remember that.
Yeah, and Daffy Duck was registered also.
That's crazy.
The dog. The dog actually got a voter registration card. It was awesome.
And Bill from
7-Eleven. Go ahead.
Bill from Lovington says, Thomas, that was neither the rally cry nor anything close to the song. It was more like scratching a chalkboard. I was giving a shout out to the Hobbs Eagles cheerleader team. Their rally song. I think they appreciate it. Another texter says, Tom, that wasn't even close to the Hobbs Eagles song, but it did make it for a good laugh this morning. B.
Hey, 7-Eleven, quick check of the weather on a windy day where KWMW Maljamora 105.1 FM, better known as W105. Blowing dust throughout the day. In fact, 65 mile an hour wind, 65 for the high, 65 mile an hour gust. Areas of blowing dust before 11 o'clock tonight. 50 mile an hour winds tonight, down to about 40. And tomorrow, only about 20 mile an hour wind for your Thursday. Check of the weather being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the Home Store and the Broadmoor Mall. Extensive collection of FR apparel, jeans, coveralls, looking for gloves, boots, work boots, steel toe boots. They've got all the safety gear. They've got all of that stuff for you to go to work. And, of course, furniture, appliances, electronics, all in one store. Talk to them about zero down financing. Scrub Outfitters is right next door to Rig Outfitters, and they have the largest selection of scrubs in Southeast New Mexico. They've got Meg Couture's, Peaches, Dickies, compression socks, comfy shoes, everything, all the equipment to go to work in the medical field. Scrub Outfitters and Rig Outfitters, find them in the Broadmoor Mall. We've got the national anthem and the pledge coming up in just a second. Our number 877-396-W105. We didn't do the price of oil yet this morning.
We're ready to go.
Being brought to you by Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers, currently hiring. They have training programs. If you are ever a supervisor in the patch for a frac crew, they want to hire you and turn you into a seamening supervisor. They have the SSIT program. Ever run a blender in the patch? They want to train you to become a seamening equipment operator, and they can train you for that. They have if you got a Class A CDL and willing to work long hours, they offer excellent pay and one of the best benefit packages in the industry. If you're from out of town and need housing, they can provide housing. Equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. Text Oilfield to 63566 or go to greatoilfieldjobs.com.
West Texas Intermediate checks in at $75.88. Brent crude, $82.95. And the price of natural gas, $2.12. B.
714 morning show this morning being brought to you by Mike and Matt. Iron River Inspection, ironriverinspection.com. They've got 300 years of combined experience with their team. They offer pipeline and facility inspection, safety training. They are one of the top-notch companies for consulting. ironriverinspection.com. Tom, wrap her up. We'll do the national anthem next.
All right, so one of the texts is saying New Mexico 128 visibility is getting very low due to the dust out there, says the texter. And he's only going down there because Trump is going, says Big John this morning, referring to Biden. And another.
Well, you heard there was a plant that made the Bressinator. He was going to go visit the plant also.
And Rogue says, when I was growing up, I was taught in school that government works for us. Now it's we work to support the government so they can give the money to anyone they want, says the texter.
I'm doing some personal time right now, so I'm here with my husband. If you could back off, okay?
Right. Sounds crazy. And Robbie Landry says, that's stupid because in Louisiana, it doesn't matter what party you are, says Robbie this morning.
Yeah, that's one of the states I was talking about. You can switch parties.
Mm-hmm.
Not switch, but you can vote whoever you want.
Yeah. And one more text me. Does that mean that all the baby formula that we shipped overseas and down to the borders, are they going to recall that formula too? Ask the text.
They'll probably just drink it. Yeah. Not a big deal.
Okay.
All right, national anthem and the pledge this morning on W105 being brought to you by our friend Rebecca Long. She's been in the business 40-plus years in the insurance business. Get in touch with her today, 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long, she's your Farmers Insurance agent, can come up with a plan designed to help you. Yeah, by bundling all your plans and all your policies together to save you time, effort, and a lot of money. She could take care of your auto, home, recreational vehicles, commercial, life insurance, and more. Give her a call, 575-393-2661. Rebecca Long would love to chat with you about your insurance needs. Give her a call today, 575-393-2661. God bless America. God bless you. She's a proud sponsor to sponsor our national anthem and our Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight last gleaming, whose just rights and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we won were so gallantly seen, and the rockets went of our bursting men came through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
God God bless America. God bless you. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Judah Oil at 7:19.
From Psalms 22, Lord, do not be far from me. You are my strength. Please come quickly to help me.
This is Ashley with Judah Oil, and I ask that you join me in the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who've trespassed against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For yours is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen.
God bless America. God bless you. 7:19. Quick check of the weather. Blowing dust. 65-mile-an-hour winds. Please be safe out there. Those winds getting up to about 50 miles an hour tonight. And then for your Thursday, great majority of the winds should be gone. Check of the weather this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry. One-stop shop for your laundry. They can take care of your wash, dry, and fold. And they can also... You can wash, dry, and fold your own clothes, or they can do it for you. They can also start you up, keep you looking good. Find them located in Carlsbad, 2 locations in Carlsbad, one on West Lee and one on West Church Street, and in Loving on West Cedar. North Star Laundry. Check them out today. 7:20. We're going to get you updated with everything going on with news. Jim is standing by. We'll qualify you for the trip to the Bahamas. News this morning being brought to you by the Ragsdale Law Firm, Luke Ragsdale, reminding you that he can take care of all your cases, big cases, small cases, been involved in a car accident. He can help you there, get you back on the road dealing with the insurance company, slip and falls. In the old patch, he settled cases, one case for over $10 million. Medical malpractice cases for over $9 million. 575-208-5300, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. Let's get updated with all the news with Jim. But first, let's qualify you for our trip we're giving away to the Bahamas on W105.
Fish, you want to do it all the time. We're just fishing. Old time fishing. Oh, looky there. I've got a bite.
MTD Radio News, I'm Jim Miller. Ranchers suing the feds to stop what they're calling a mass slaughter of cattle in the Gila National Forest this week. The Forest Service announcing plans to shoot down more than 100 cattle roaming in places they shouldn't be, saying they pose a threat to people in sensitive areas of the wilderness. Forest officials planning to send snipers and helicopters tomorrow to shoot and kill roughly 150 cattle within the bounds of the wilderness area. But the plan getting pushback from ranchers who say it's difficult to identify branded cattle from the air. This has been a back and forth fight for years, but this federal lawsuit against the U.S. Forest Service trying to block operations like this for good. It claims the Forest Service obligated to give the public at least 75 days notice to shoot the cattle, and in this case announced it just 5 days ago. Roswell police reporting a man's been arrested for stealing a police car that was left unattended. According to the complaint, the officer left the car running unlocked while he went to the police station. Surveillance video showed a man stealing the car while the officer was away. Based on the video, officers identified the suspect as 33-year-old Miguel Rodriguez. He's been accused of unlawful taking of a motor vehicle. The police car was returned undamaged. Well, Tuesday, New Mexico's legislators took the state one step closer to banning plastic shopping bags. The idea to keep the bags from polluting and trashing New Mexico's environment. The bill would ban single-use plastic shopping bags across the state. It would also allow local municipalities and counties to enact penalties for violating the ban. The House Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources Committee debating the bill and heard from members of the public and lobbyists. The Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce also opposed the ban. They said it would force businesses to raise prices. That's what's happening. I'm Jim Miller, MTD Radio News.
The science is clear. Nutritious food
helps kids grow up healthier and do better in school. Senate Bill 4, backed by Governor Lujan Grisham and sponsored by Senators Michael Padilla and Leo Jaramillo, means better nutrition, better student performance, and a brighter future for our children.
You gotta have a healthy lunch so your brain can get strong.
This message is brought to you by the American Heart Association. Call your legislators today and ask them to support New Mexico State Senate Bill 4.
Do you remember summer days when you were a kid playing in the dirt with your toy trucks? Would you like to work with heavy equipment in the same way, making a $70,000 annual salary? R360 Environmental needs heavy equipment operators right now in Carlsbad to run excavators, loaders, dozers, and off-road dump trucks. No certifications required. You'd be working on 14 on, 7 off schedules, and housing is available. They offer medical, dental, and life insurance and optional 401k. Apply today. Text R360 to 71441. You must be able to pass a drug and background screen. Text R360 to 71441.
Sometimes things are better when you slow down, like a Sunday drive.
Oh, what a beautiful day.
Thinking before responding to an email from your boss.
Whew, I am so glad I didn't send that. Delete.
And barbecue. Low and slow is the only way to go.
Rebel Daughters Barbecue, open Wednesdays and Fridays at 712 West Main in Artesia from 11 a.m. until sold out.
Attention, all food truck entrepreneurs. Do you have a dream of opening and operating your very own food truck or restaurant, but don't know if the business will be worth a shot? Well, it is time for the Local Innovators Institute in Lovington, and that means applications are open and ready for you to submit your idea. Hurry, though. Application deadline is rapidly approaching, and only 5 candidates will be selected for this unique learning opportunity. Deadline is February 28th by 3 p.m. Visit lovingtonmainstreet.org for more information. The Local Innovators Institute is a Lovington Main Street program and is open to all Lee County citizens.
Get a great job in the oil field. Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers is hiring for several different positions. They're always looking for CDL drivers, and they have a need right now for diesel mechanics as well. Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers also urgently needs experienced cement bulk plant operators. At Spinnaker, you'll receive an excellent salary and one of the best benefit programs in the industry. To apply, text Oilfield to 63566 or visit greatoilfieldjobs.com. Spinnaker Oilfield Cementers is an equal opportunity and drug-free employer.
Southwest Symphony invites you to experience Playing by Air coming up Friday, February 24th at 7 p.m. in Tidings Auditorium on the Hobbs High School campus. Playing by Air captivates you with a joyful fusion of music, juggling, and circus in which traditional theatricality meets absurd comedy. The award-winning performers of Playing by Air share their sense of playfulness and breathtaking feats in a production enjoyed equally by adults, families, and children. You'll be drawn into the performance with a contagious attitude of expressive play and creativity. Tickets to see Playing by Air on Friday, February 24th in Hobbs are available online at swsymphony.org, or they're available at the door. Concert sponsored by Chevron. Tickets also available at Music World and Q Systems.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients. And do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Gorilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Gorilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
If you, your business, or your organization is needing a venue or facility to host a meeting, convention, party, or other special event, don't cram everyone into your tiny little office. Call the Lee County Event Center. You don't have to fill up the main floor. The Event Center has many other smaller rooms that are perfect for meetings, seminars, parties, and other special events. The Lee County Event Center, seating for 25 or 2,500. 5101 North Lovington Highway in Hobbs. Call 575-391-2100 or visit LeeCountyEvents.com.
Here is your Liar Liar Pants on Fire update.
Guess what? 500 million people have watched what I've done out of my basement.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
The most annoying man in the history of planet Earth is on the air.
Good morning to you. Text line is open. I'm still looking for some of my stories. 728, Tomas.
He's chasing down some important stuff. I think he called somebody about the wind blowing. So
Wow.
Let me get the text line here.
The wind. Wow. Hey,
Well.
that is breaking.
Tom, stay inside, Dave. Wind will be blowing your skirt up. We don't want to see that thong. And from Mario, Tom was the dumbass of the day, that day, and every day. And also, any reports on road conditions between Artesia and Roswell, and that's what Thomas is working on. He just made it back in. What did you get?
All right, so I contacted the Eddy County Emergency Manager, and Matt Hutchinson with the Public Information Officer, Eddy County. He said that 55, 60 mile per hour winds across Eddy County. And he says if you have a light load, you might want to slow down. But if you're top heavy and you got those winds coming your way, please just pull over and let the situation go by. Again, he said be very cautious. Use common sense if you're going to be traveling. Now, in Lee County, for the same thing. This is
Wait. I got to stop you.
Yeah.
Let the situation go by.
Well, let the winds kind of die down and don't go into them because it's gonna flip you over. They had a truck flipped over last week because of high winds, so he's just warning people just to be careful. Now,
so when are the winds gonna die down?
Don't know yet, but right now he said they're right now.
I got reports they'll be blowing all the way until tonight, close to midnight.
Yes, and
so just sit on the side of the road is what you're saying.
Yeah, and Lee County Emergency Manager.
I was just double checking.
Okay. Well, let me finish. Lee County Emergency Manager Lorenzo Velasquez says if you are going to travel, again, you see those high winds, just pull over to the road, especially with the top-heavy trucks, and find somewhere to break the wind, like an overpass or something like that. Get underneath it and be safe. Now, I did contact Chehalis County officials as well. They haven't texted me back, but as soon as I get information on that, we'll get it out to y'all.
So if you see a dumbass on the side of the road, it'll probably be Tom.
And let's go to the phone line.
Oh, dear sweet baby.
Good morning. You're on Being the Breakfast Club.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
I got you. What's going on?
Oh, I'm just trying to get through for the fishing trip.
Yeah, we signed up like 26 people. I put your name in there. Thank you, ma'am.
We'll do it again coming up.
Yeah, that's what I said. Never mind. Go ahead. Thank you.
I appreciate you. My head is hurting after hearing that report.
And let's stay with the phone lines. Maybe this one's not trying to sign up for the fishing contest. It was 10 minutes ago. Who's on the line? You're on Being the Breakfast Club. Hello? Are you with me? Nope. There you go.
Are you parked on the side of the road waiting for the wind to die down? I guess not.
Well, it is suggested to do that. Both our emergency managers said
it's
that.
It's supposed to be windy until tonight.
Yes. But some areas of the region, it's different. Winds are different.
Can I make some logic over what you were saying? Not if the winds are blowing, but if dust is blowing and you can't see, of course, pull over by the side of the road until you can see and that dust passes, which could be lengthening these winds. Also,
get the drill.
Anytime the winds are blowing like this or a tornado, don't park under a underpass, even if you could find an underpass around here, because what it does, it channels wind down that area and could be even more intense. So,
well, he was saying,
I don't know, other than safety concerns, the opposite of everything that you said, that was good.
Yeah.
That was good, Tom.
Yeah, you got to be careful. He said, use common sense. If you got to go out there, be careful. If you don't got to go out there, don't go out there.
Thank you. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Camp of the Tall Pines, Scenic Mayhill. Checked them out today. They've got cozy cabins, raised platform campsites, RVs, all the accommodations you'll love. They're adding additional cozy cabins. These guys are always adding something. They've got the the pond stock with fish. They've got high ropes, low ropes. They've got mountain biking, wildlife out there that you're going to be like one with nature. And right now they're offering high altitude training going on. The girls softball team from Artesia is going to be training up there for high altitude training. If you got maybe somebody in track, this would be perfect to work the ropes up there at Camp of the Tall Pines and get them used to being in the high altitudes, because where is state track meet? High altitude. 575-687-4101. Go to camptallpines.com for more information. New study finds that it takes less than 5 seconds for people to know if they really enjoy a new song or not. 5 seconds. That's it. Heard the new Luke Bryan song, and it took me like 3, and went, I really don't like it. Studies suggest that humans may need more sleep during the winter. Ideally, hibernation is probably what you need. Tom, you ever hibernated?
Not for any length of days, no.
No, just for like over the weekend.
Right.
Awesome. Looks like Rod Stewart's son Sean has apparently got married to the daughter of a big Las Vegas casino owner. Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, they didn't say what it was. And Home Depot said it will increase pay and benefits to frontline hourly employees. It's going to cost them about $1 billion. You know what that means? They're definitely going up on their pricing. No doubt about that. Biden administration unveils a new immigrant rule. Wait a second. Joe Biden is getting tough on the border? Are you kidding me? The Biden administration yesterday unveiled a new rule that largely bars migrants who traveled through other countries on the way to the United States from applying for asylum. If you entered the country illegally, don't apply for asylum. You will be barred from applying for asylum. If you came into the country illegally, you will be barred from applying for asylum. The rule would generally apply to migrants who are applying for asylum. And the EPA orders Norfolk Southern to pay up. Of course, that's the train company and the derailment in Palestine, Ohio. Weren't they also the train company that was involved in Pennsylvania?
I don't remember that one.
I think they were. University of New Mexico may lift the COVID vaccine mandate for staff and students. Wow, 3 years, and you may lift it now.
Yeah,
I would hope that you do. Thanks for for your vigilance in this, but I think it's time. I definitely do think it's time. And the Biden administration unveiling, I just did the story about the Border Patrol. New Mexico high schools, do they have the AED machines, Tom? Life-saving defibrillators and that type of
they
stuff?
got you. It's law now.
Well, New Mexico ranks the weakest in the nation for having AED machines, the defibrillators. And after seeing Damar Hamlin event, many people are pushing the state to make sure that schools have these defibrillators at practices and scrimmages, not just at games.
Anytime there's sports activity, they must have one.
A semi-truck breaks open and dumps about 40,000 pounds of mail on the interstate. Oh, that's where my package went.
Right.
Semi-truck driver was arrested early Monday morning for impaired driving after his truck carrying about 40,000 pounds of mail overturned on I-65 in Indiana. Semi-truck did crash. Wow. So this thing just busted open and the driver was charged with being impaired. Now, the Postal Service, I guess, is subcontracting some of this work out to companies. I think that's the case here. 55% of Americans prefer to be in a relationship with only one person. What do you think about that, Tom?
I think that's a good idea.
You think that's a great idea?
Yeah.
And they say the older you get, the more you want to be in a relationship with only one person.
Yeah, I got my cats.
Most men under 45 years old say the ideal relationship is to be in a relationship with only one person. I mean, that way you're not getting anybody mad. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Sarah Palin talks about Ron DeSantis, says he ought to sit out the presidential race. Who the hell is Sarah Palin to tell Ron DeSantis anything?
We had a moment when she was here a few years ago.
God bless you, Tom. God bless you. I had a moment. 20 minutes away from 8 o'clock.
All right.
Boom of the day on the way. Things that happen on this day. Text line open, 877-396-W105.
All right, this texter says, thank you, Tom, for trying to provide a Wynn Road condition report. I wish the other guys wouldn't quit interrupting you, but I have to travel between Artesia and Roswell this morning. I have several employees who commute between Carlsbad and Roswell, and I was hoping to find out if there's going to be visibility problems. Now, sometimes the wind blows so much dirt across 285 and Eddy and Chaves counties, there's zero visibility, and it results in bad accidents, says this person.
We do the weather like 18 times an hour, and it says blowing dust, visibility issues. So what exactly did Tom say?
Get a report on what our emergency managers were alerting people to, because they're right there. They know what's going on.
Just slow down.
Yeah, here you go. Best piece of advice
Pull
you could have
over.
given. Yep.
Thank you. God bless you. I don't know if I could survive without that.
Yeah, another texter said if I had any brain cells left, I lost them on Tom's wind update.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
The main reason we was interrupting you is basically because you weren't making a lot of sense. But apparently, yes, the wind is blowing. It may pick up debris and dust from the ground and blow it across your visibility and reduce it.
That's the key right there.
There you go.
And you see, you hear about it.
If you lived in New Mexico for a half a second, you would know that 65-mile-an-hour winds and blowing dust, visibility is going to be in question.
And when I taught DDC, defensive driving classes, we were taught it was illegal to park under overpasses. That's from James and Eunice. And, hey, Tom, you're going to be in charge of a daily, I'm not sure what he means, JSA, for us listeners.
I don't know. That's why I don't read those texts. They're nasty.
No, that's saying he's abbreviating something and it flew past me. I don't understand what he's saying.
Hey, a lot of times somebody will send me a text and I'll have to show it to the wife and go, what the hell does that mean?
Oh, she gets it. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. I'm not that cool, I guess.
Job safety analysis.
Oh, okay.
742. Things that happen on this date in history being brought to you by Trade It New Mexico. Get your CDL in 1 week. 96% passing rate on the first try in 1 week. They're going to teach you how to pass your CDL inspection, your skills tests, your driving tests. They're going to teach you how to do all of that. And their passing rate is 96% passing rate. And 1 week, 96% of people take the driving test, pass. How did they do it? 25 years experience and one-on-one training. They're based out of Roswell. Get in touch with them. 575-840-9555. Train It, New Mexico. Popcorn introduced by Native Americans on this date in 1630. George Washington became the first president. He was born on this date in 1732. Spain. They gave Florida to the United States. I think they actually sold, but nobody gives anything. Year was 1819. Very first meeting of the Republican Party took place in 1856. Golf was first demonstrated in America. The year was 1888.
Really? That late? Dang.
Yeah. Yeah. Major Walter Reed showed that mosquitoes carry yellow fever in 1902. Calvin Coolidge delivered the first presidential radio broadcast in 1924.
Which preempted and rescheduled the Madonna radio hour.
Yeah.
So during the same time. But
yeah. Okay. Looks like in 1935, it became illegal for airplanes to fly over the White House. Damn those balloons, too. 1935 was the year. And the Boy Scouts changed their name to Scouting America or Scouting USA in 1977. Boy Scouts were woke in 1977. George Washington's actual birthday today. Happy birthday. Drew Barrymore is 48.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, she was kind of goofy as a kid. She remains goofy today. James Blunt is 49.
James Blunt.
Had
James
one
Blunt.
song. Any idea what song that was, Tom?
Smoking in the boys' room?
Yeah, Smoking in the
a
Boys'
blunt.
Room. Yep, that was
a
it.
blunt in the boys' room.
It was called You're Beautiful.
Oh, that's Joe Cocker.
Joe Cocker's song was
You Are So Beautiful to
Right.
Me.
To me.
You are so beautiful. Jerry Ryan having a birthday, 55, from Star Trek. And Pebbles Flintstone is 60.
Really? Bam Bam? And Pebble was supposed to get married.
Yeah, she and Bam Bam went through a real nasty divorce. I mean, it was terrible. And that's pretty much it for birthdays,
also,
unless Russ has some.
This is Senator Ted Kennedy's birthday.
Really?
He's passed, but he's born in 1932. You know, his brother, Jack and Bobby, were both notorious playboys, but it was really Ted that was the lady killer.
Yeah, Russ.
That's all I had. So, we've got a
He's not driving the day.
Right. And when you get a chance, we've got Mad Dog on standby.
Well, let's go to Mad Dog. We'll come back and talk about Sarah Palin and her advice.
We had a moment.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mad Dog.
Good morning, and I am mad this morning.
Uh-oh.
I'll tell you what's going on. Yeah. My father-in-law passed away January the 6th.
Mm-hmm.
He served in the military from 52 basically to about 55. And so we're trying to get some assistance with my mother-in-law in a assisted living place. And you wouldn't believe the freaking paperwork that you got to fill out and prove that this man served in the military.
Get out.
And
really?
and to get this assistance, they also have to have served during a wartime. And I think that's a freaking joke too. You know what? If you served in the military,
right.
shouldn't your loved ones after you're gone,
every
shouldn't
benefit.
they get a little bit of help? I'll tell
Now,
you what,
Mad Dog,
it has
not
got
to
me
make you
stirred
more
up.
mad, if she was illegal, they'd give her a 5-star hotel and a tablet. That's
where I was going with this. It just freaking pisses me off. And then you've got this president that can't even go to Ohio when they've had a disaster there and all these people are down there, and they're so nonchalant about what's going on with those people. And old Trump's going down there today, and so that's kind of changing their tune. But it's just a freaking crying shame that we've got people in this country that don't give any more respect to veterans than they do. And then you've got to prove all this crap, and then we just let 5 million people come in across our borders and then turn around and just give them stuff for free.
Doesn't it make you feel good, though? Doesn't it make you feel good? That
no, it don't make me feel good. It
are...
pisses me off, and we need to get a handle on it.
We won't. And just mentioning the money that we're spending on foreign citizens of another country, if you mention it, you're called a racist.
Yeah. Well, I guess I'm a racist. Y'all have a good day.
God
Mad
bless
Dog.
You.
Thank you, Monty.
I just
you
saw
have a
this
great
story
day. Thank you, buddy.
come across the wire, and I was just like, say what? Whew. This guy is in bad shape. His name is Lyman Ellis. He is in the adult film industry. He's Australian, and had a serious accident while on the set. I didn't even know that you could break your penis. Doctors are saying that he will survive, but by God, I bet he doesn't feel like he's surviving. Lyman broke his penis on the set and the downtime for this thing, they say, is it could be a year. Holy crud. No, I'm not making this up, Russ.
No, it was just the fact that you used downtime. That was
I mean, what more do you want?
I've got about 14 jokes going in my head, but Will fire me for all of them.
The guy is laid up.
Yeah, he is laid up. He's gonna be laid out for a while too.
Oh my Lord, that story! I mean, it hit on my timeline. I was like, holy.
Well,
crap.
I'm wondering if he could, because you're hurt on the job. Can he?
I think he might be on workers' comp.
Well, I'm figuring
that's got to be a workers' comp claim,
right? If you can get any evidence to stand up.
Well, you're right about that. Can you imagine? And that he goes to court, and the judge goes, "Okay, what happened?" Wow.
Anyway,
I've never.
And
seen
you said his name was what? Peroni?
Yeah, exactly. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Made Trailer Sales, reminding you don't go camping without Made Trailer Sales, serving Southeast New Mexico. 2 lots in Roswell, fifth wheels, travel trailers, toy haulers, ultralights, they've got them all. If you're working in the patch, living out of a hotel in a suitcase, you ought to go talk to Made Trailer Sales about getting you a fifth wheel and using the per diem that you receive every day to pay for the fifth wheel. MadeTrailerSalesInc.com. Go and take the virtual tour or call my buddy David at 575-622-1751. Don't go camping without Made Trailer Sales. 752, Sarah Palin. She's got advice. Former governor of Alaska. She was the vice presidential pick with John McCain.
Right.
Has close ties to Donald Trump. She does not think that Ron DeSantis of Florida should run for president. She does not think. She said DeSantis does not need to run. I envision him as our president someday, but not right now. So she does not want him to run. I think Ron DeSantis is going to run for everything that he's said as of late.
Right.
So is Sarah Palin in charge of the Republican Party now?
No, I don't think so. Although we did have a moment, her and I.
Good. I mean, by God, you had a moment with a woman at the that was in the produce department also. Thank God for those moments. South Carolina woman. Yeah, God bless you. Was arrested after deputies said she tried to have 3 kilos of cocaine shipped to her home. What? Now, wouldn't it be smarter if you shipped it to a P.O. box? I'm just trying to think ahead. If I was going to have 3 kilos of cocaine shipped to the United States, I probably wouldn't have it shipped to my house.
Right.
Deputy said it contained 2 large bricks of cocaine. Street value, $180,000. That's all. 2 kilos of cocaine goes for $180,000. Wow. Anyway, she's been busted. I think a lot of people get candy shipped to their house, but not nose candy.
Right.
Kilos of cocaine. That's a lot of cocaine. That's like a weekend supply for Hunter Biden. That's a lot. That's a lot. All right, Boob of the Day coming up. We'll get to that in just a second. Text line 877-396-W105.
You know, Joseph is saying, Tom, you always have a moment at the buffet, says Joseph. And Travis from Roswell says, do you remember that Ron DeSantis said he would not run if Trump did? Well, so you would rather have him be a liar? Says
no,
Travis.
I don't remember him ever saying that. I just tried to Google to see if I could find where he ever said it. And nope, Ron DeSantis never said he would not run if Trump ran.
Well, he's going to run. And another texter says, also make sure that you do pull over. Don't pull over to the close to the highway, though. That could be dangerous. Everyone just needs to slow down today, says one of the texters. And another one says, Tom was correct. No movement in oversized loads when wind is at about 25 miles per hour or more, said the texter.
Well, if that's the case, don't go out today.
Yeah, don't
because
go out.
winds are going to go, they're going to be pretty consistent over 60 miles an hour.
Yeah, it's going to be bad.
And one of the texters says, my younger brother was airborne in Desert Storm, and it took until last year for him to get help with, and then the text went out, and I'm sure she meant get help with his medical
right.
and his background disability.
There you go. B.
All right, check of the weather quickly. 65 mile an hour gust all day today. High temperature 65 mile an hour winds, blowing dust, 50 mile an hour winds tonight, and the wind should be gone by tomorrow. But don't get used to it because next week we've got more wind. But tomorrow, about 20 mile an hour winds and 67. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by our buddies at the Twin Wells fuel station. If you're driving on 128 and you need fuel, exit on Buck Jackson Road. Go down 2.75 miles and fill up. They're a covered area, very nice. They sell unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, DEF value, and more. And they accept all credit cards, fleet cards, and debit cards. Find them on 128 right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road, Twin Wells fuel station. On the way, we're going to talk about drinking Coca-Cola and Pepsi could boost your testosterone level. That's what the study finds. Man finds a undetonated blasting cap. You're not going to believe where he finds this. And Walmart is warning that they're going to have another price increase. New Mexico lawmakers debating concerns over medical malpractice law, and taxation department said they're going to have a big property tax sell-off. We'll tell you about that. Multiple auctions. We'll get you updated with those stories and more coming up this morning. 2 minutes away from 8 o'clock. Boob of the day coming up next, Tom.
You know, the point of JSA is to observe the hazards of a work site. I mean, everyone in the oil field has filled out at least 100 or so this week, says the texter. But texter says, I know you're not going to read this text because y'all are the CNN of radio, says this particular texter.
No, CNN is low rated. We're high rated. So God bless.
That's right.
Yeah, and to answer that, did you read what he had put down first? Okay, then we're going to leave it alone. But he was making a comment about one of our sponsors that we do. That's why
I didn't read it then.
Right.
And Travis from Eunice says, you know what? My younger brother was airborne in Desert Storm, and it took until...
Just read it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was going right back to the top. So there you go.
Just read it. You know why you're not married?
No way.
Don't listen.
I do too.
Don't listen.
You know why you're still married? You know why you're still married?
Because I know how to treat a woman.
But she was 0 for 3, brother.
And yourself?
I ain't 0 for 3. Not yet.
42 days.
92 days to be exact. Please.
Oh, 92 days. Oh, my God. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you. I was surprised she put up with you for that long. I mean, I thought it was 42.
The poor woman. I would go home every day after the show, right? Be's talking bad about me. Be's talking bad about me. No, I was praising her. I told he was praising you in his own way.
So, and this is why I did. It's my fault that the marriage didn't work.
Okay.
It's not the pool boy that was living at the house and you never were living in the same house as her. Oh, that's not the problem.
Right. Bless her.
God bless you.
Right.
All right. 801 KWMW, Maljamore, 105.1 FM. Boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. 3 medical professionals on staff. They've got a lot of experience to help you. If you don't know about functional medicine, they get down to the root of the problem. They do not numb the pain. They find out what's going on, and they've got ways to help you. They don't give you something to numb the pain. Ozone therapy is a perfect example of that. If you're living with back pain, knee pain, hip pain, they are able to inject you with ozone, and it actually helps rejuvenate everything. Same thing with stem cell, except stem cell does the same thing, except it actually repairs it. And with stem cell therapy, the damaged cartilage and that type of stuff actually repairs itself. They offer hormonal optimization, cryogenics therapy, and more. Talk to them today, 3900 North Lovington Highway, Hobbs, America, online at thedesertfma.com, on Facebook. Find them today. Desert Functional, 8:02, time for the boob of the day.
Now, here's why it's important to get along with your roommate. Last year, a 63-year-old woman in Evansville, Iowa, came forward with a lottery ticket worth $30,000. Her name is Sandy Crow, and there's a photo of her getting this giant novelty check. But the cops recently got a call about a disturbance at her home. Things kind of went sideways. When they got there, she was arguing with her roommate, a 45-year-old Alvin Larson. He was in the middle of moving out. Police overheard them arguing about the winning ticket. It turned out Alvin was actually the one who bought it, and he had Sandy cash it in to avoid having a portion of the money seized. He's in large debt, including $919 in unpaid fines he owes to the city. He convinced Sandy to say the ticket was hers and promised to share the winnings with her. But it's not clear how much she was supposed to get, but she apparently realized that she had all the leverage and didn't give Alvin his full share. Like idiots, they revealed the whole scam to the cop. Well, Alvin told them the ticket was really his and accused Sandy of fraud, and he was right. But he failed to realize that he was also committing fraud, and specifically lottery fraud. So now both of them are facing felony charges, and the lottery ticket they've won on has been canceled because they tried to collect the money fraudulently. So there you go. Cashed out and didn't get his $30,000 because he didn't want to pay a $900 debt on $30,000.
Wow.
That makes you the boob of the day.
Hey, brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine and Aesthetics. We got lots of stories to get to before we get out of here. Tom, who will be on the extended version?
Well, he's got our weekly update. State Representative Randall Pettigrew will be our guest this morning at 9:06. Speak.
All right, but talking about what's going on in New Mexico, especially the legislative session, they're at the halfway point.
Yeah,
they've been in Santa Fe for 30 days.
A lot of things dropped yesterday. We'll talk with Randy about.
So today is the 30th day of them being up there. They've got 30 days left to hammer out some details. 8:05, we're going to take a break, keep you updated with everything going on. W105, KWMW, Maljamar, 105.1 FM. Getting updated with news, being brought to you by Roadrunner Grill, inside the Best Western Pecos Inn. Serving up breakfast, and find out more information by stopping in and talking to them or calling them. They can cater your next big event. They can prepare meals for your folks on location or in the office. 575-748-3324. Give them a call today. We're taking a break before we get updated with news. Let's see. Let's qualify you for our trip to the Bahamas. We're W105.
Fish, you want to do it all the time. We're just fishing. Old-time fishing. On the beach. I've got a bite.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden's meeting in Warsaw, Poland today with the leaders of Eastern European allies and the head of NATO about regional issues and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Russia's President Vladimir Putin's been meeting with China's top diplomat.
Senior Chinese diplomat Wang Yi is spending the week in Moscow. Wang says he's there to strengthen and deepen relations. China, one of the few countries to have stood by Moscow since the war began.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Conservative entrepreneur and author Vivek Ramaswamy announces he's running for the Republican presidential nomination.
We have celebrated our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways we're really just the same as Americans, bound by a common set of ideals that set this nation into motion 250 years ago.
Ramaswamy with Fox's Tucker Carlson there. He's 37 years old, made millions in the healthcare and tech industries, and calls himself a godfather of the anti-woke movement. America's listening to Fox News.
Planet Earth, covered in a rocky crust almost 20 miles thick. Penetrating this barrier can be challenging at best, unless you call us.
TL George Equipment Rental, located at 605 Gavilan Canyon Road in Ruidoso, offering dirt work from dump truck to backhoe services and tool rentals of all kinds. Call 575-258-8643 for TL George Equipment Rental.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so bad? Next time I get a fever, I'm going to check my temperature by ramming a meat thermometer in my ear hole. The other day, Pearl got a car in the fender bender, no big deal. That airbag came shooting out of there, busted her nose, give her two black eyes. She looks like the love child between Carl Malden and a fat raccoon. She'll be fine in a few days, but right now, folks, she looks like hell. But Dub Maker, he said something that set me thinking. Dub said it is okay and not a sin to cheat on your old lady if she temporarily looks like she just climbed out of the ring with Macho Camacho. See, 'cause you got pressure and it builds and builds like an overinflated tire, and soon you're bouncing around all over out of control and you just pop and explode. Scare the hell out of everybody. He said, suppose you come home from work, on the way home you pass a billboard for one of them indoor suntan places with this bikini lady on it, so you get all charged up. You hit that door ready for love before meatloaf in the oven. And your old lady's all wrapped up in a Snuggie smelling like vapor rub and cough drops. There's a mood killer. So, since through no fault of your doing, your old lady cannot fulfill her physical wifely duties, that means you go out, find another partner, it don't count as cheating or a sin. That's what Dub says. He says since Pearl looks terrible with that broke nose and all, that the whole world of womanhood is temporarily mine to sample. I thought about it. You know, EJ's teacher's cute. Check that girl at Taco Hut. Deanna in the accounting department. Woman working down at the road crew near the exit ramp. Heck, I could have any of them, have them trip the light Earl-tastic before Pearl's eyes get unblack and her nose unswelled. Sounds good. Wake up, America. That Dub Meeker sure is a thinking man. Might add, a thinking man who's been divorced 4 times. Good thinking man. It's an Earl Picks American. It's over.
This Hobbs Eagles update being brought to you by Pharmacy 575, 305 East Sanger and Hobbs, a proud supporter of the Hobbs Eagles.
Pharmacy 575, building support and helping take care of the Hobbs Eagles athletes. They're a full-service pharmacy with a drive-through window outside. Inside, you'll find great customer service alongside great products like BioLite for allergies and hydration, X-Clear nasal spray, shoes by OrthoFeet, compression wraps by 3M Futuro, Hydra Aromatherapy, Indigo Bath & Body, Michael Design Works, and more. Stop by 305 East Sanger to see if your medication is depleting critical nutrients using the in-store chart. Build your foundation for better health at Pharmacy 575.
The Hobbs Eagles will be the 2nd seed in the upcoming district tournament. That's because the Eagles could not overcome miscues and poor shooting in last Friday night's game against Carlsbad, with the Cavemen winning the district championship. Coach Shelby Reeves.
Thought we had a good game plan, played very hard, very well. Got within that third quarter, came out and got it within 5 points going into the fourth quarter, and a few turnovers and missed shots made the difference. When you're playing against a team like Carlsbad that have seniors that can't make too many mistakes, so you're not going to win.
As a result, the Eagles will host the winner of Clovis and Roswell on Thursday night. Now, the Eagles beat them twice this season, but it wasn't easy, and it won't be this time either.
No. They come play hard. They get after it.
And the winner will play Carlsbad Friday night for the district tournament title. Even if the Eagles don't win, they may get an at-large bid because of the strength of their schedule.
We feel that we're in. Our goal is, we need to win games, to try.
This Hobbs Eagles update being brought to you by Pharmacy 575, 305 East Sanger and Hobbs, dedicated to the health of all our area athletes. Go Eagles.
Carlsbad Chevy is giving away a car for President's Day.
This is huge.
Come on in and register to win. No purchase necessary. Hub is your credit at Badge Lane. Bring a pay stub and a utility bill. We'll do the rest. Get more for your refund, cause tax time is car time. And we're dropping prices like a bad habit. Straight up, get one away. Register before February 28th for your chance to win. See dealer for details. Carlsbad Chevrolet, home of the great, great guys.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Facebook live video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Any questions?
No.
gunshots are ringing loud in the air. Crime is just too scary, and the pollution is bad. My head is spinning and my wallet's dry. The state is just so sad. Now as I drive to the next place, pick up a nasty smell. And I was thinking to myself, that could be weed or a dead skunk as well. 500,000 people are fleeing this dome. All their voices yell so loud today, and you know what they say. Leaving the state of California, such an ugly place, such an ugly place, with a Botox face. Never again will I live in California. No time of year, no time of year. Will you find me here? Will you find me here?
I cannot win for losing. Made me some hot tea during the break,
Right.
and because I'm losing my voice, and just burned the hell out of my tongue. I cannot win for losing. Gee willikers beef. All right, 8:15, Florida man recently fended off a bobcat attack on his daughter's dog by swinging his fist and clocking the animal right in the face. Now, some fed up pet owners say this guy is out of control. No, he was actually beating up the bobcat to save the dog. Punched it right in the face. Now, does a bobcat have 9 lives?
Probably.
I mean, it is a cat, right?
It's a cat.
Yeah. Knocked the bobcat right in the face. Darn thing ran away. I don't know if you've seen the video. And firefighters in Maryland responded to a home to rescued a very large fluffy dog that fell into a construction hole in the family's backyard. The dog was not injured, but it was his feelings got hurt. I think some people fat shamed the dog, but other than that, all is good. Hey, it wasn't fat. It was just fluffy, okay? 8:16, be on the Breakfast Club. Another day in paradise. Arizona Cardinals receiver Robbie Anderson has been charged, has changed his name. Changed his name from Robbie to Robbie. Yeah, Robby is now Robbie.
Is it a girl now or what?
Wow, that's a huge change.
Yeah.
Chocolate covered pickles. Any thoughts on chocolate? Supposedly that's a new trend.
Just thinking about it.
I'm thinking not.
No.
And we talked about plastic earlier today. Laguna Beach, California, hoping to ban plastic balloons. So no more balloons, period. Done. Biden administration is actually applauding such things. Thank you guys so much.
Idiot.
Yeah, we don't want to have to shoot down anything else. Looks like Securities and Exchange Commission announced yesterday, Church of Latter-day Saints and an investment firm overseeing assets must pay $5 million in a settlement. The allegations are that it went to great lengths to hide $32 billion fund and obstruct the federal government, violating federal tax laws. Now, I thought churches didn't have to pay.
Yeah.
Am I wrong about
for the Mormon church that one day in southern Idaho, we still be stuck in Salt Lake City. They came to help us. So.
No, you're talking about you personally.
Yeah.
Love them, except when they come to the house early in the morning on Saturday. But But I do have Mormon friends, and they're good people.
Oh, great.
Really good people.
I love them.
Men that drink Coca-Cola and Pepsi have higher testosterone levels and larger eggs. Studies suggest. Now, look, they did the test on rodents. I mean, can we really compare rodent eggs and So they tested the rodents, Coca-Cola and Pepsi, higher level of testosterone. I'm not buying into that. Man finds, because Tom drinks a lot of Dr. Pepper, you would think that would do it. Man finds an undetonated blasting cap on his property, about 1.4 miles from the Norfolk Southern controlled toxic chemical burn. Now, what kind of damage could that do? Blasting cap.
A lot?
Yeah, you would think. But Biden's in Ukraine. It makes me feel so much better. Walmart warning shoppers that they are going to feel an additional squeeze with higher prices. Yesterday, Walmart saying that they reported strong sales and profits last quarter, but said that times are going to even be tougher this year, and they that consumers can expect rising prices for everyday goods continuing to go on. We'll talk about a big debate in New Mexico at the legislature. We'll get to that coming up next. Our number 877-396-W105.
And Texas says, living it up in the South Valley, Burke. I don't know where that is.
And then I had a text from Travis. And let's see, the last one is, there you go, Rush. You need to use a search engine other than Google, and you'll find where he's said he's not running several times. You sent me a clip from an article November the 2nd, 2022. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis is indicating to the GOP donors that he has no plans to challenge former President Donald Trump in 2024. Your comment before was where he said he wasn't running. A reporter making the observation and determination that he's indicating that he won't run, and Ron DeSantis saying he's not running in 2024 against Donald Trump are two totally different things.
Well, me and B got to hear him in Carlsbad back in June.
When you start getting numbers that are coming in showing that you have a chance to win the whole thing, then you kind of reevaluate. I can see that.
Yeah.
Basically, in the last numbers they showed, Donald Trump actually loses to Joe Biden. Basically, there's more of the Democrats that will vote for a rock with a D behind their name than will vote for a rock with an R behind their name.
The whole deal is the independent votes.
Yeah, exactly.
The independent votes are showing that they would vote for DeSantis where they wouldn't vote for Trump.
Exactly. That's the biggest sway of why I'm a DeSantis backer. And if he has said that he wasn't, well, okay, maybe he did and I missed it. But like you said, the polls show that he will win the presidency if he runs, because he pulls a far better number of independents than Donald Trump or Joe Biden did.
I had a question, B, the other we talked about it on the show, and
it's not my morning, Tom.
Oh.
I mean, I'm losing my voice. I burn my tongue. Now I drink some tea and my glasses fog up. It's just not my morning. Go ahead.
Well, the question I was going to ask, and I didn't do it, was Joe Biden always dishes the African Americans, right, calling them whatever. Why do they still vote for him? Because of the party?
Well, wait. He kisses their ass. He doesn't. He doesn't
diss them. He used to.
He still does.
He used to. Let me tell you an observation, and I may be totally talking through my hat here. Mm-hmm. But the Democratic Party, all their principles hinge so much on racism. They fight so hard to keep racism alive. And previously I've said, Everything they accuse the Republicans of doing is what they're doing. Remember Joe Biden saying they want to keep y'all in chains. It's the Democrats that are trying to keep the black voter and the black race in chains.
Government programs. Keep them in chains through government programs, you're not
welfare.
Talking out of your ass. There's only one person I've ever seen talk out of their ass, and that's Tom as he walks out the room and goes.
But don't you agree that, I mean, think about it. Every democratic principle hinges on keeping two things alive: the global warming debate and racism.
Is that they want the black vote so bad. The black vote is not really that important. The Hispanic vote is far more important.
Yeah,
it
we
makes
don't go
up
vote.
more than double the black vote. Kind of crazy.
But we don't go vote.
Looks like a couple of weeks ago, Channel 4 diagnosed a big problem with doctors in New Mexico. Doctors leaving. Well, they debated this at the Roundhouse yesterday, and part of the problem is medical malpractice insurance has gone up for doctors in New Mexico terribly. So they were trying to fix this. Republican lawmakers were trying to fix this. Well, guess what? Not going to happen. They were trying to put a cap on how much you could sue a doctor for in New Mexico. Not going to happen. Price of insurance is high. No cap. You could bankrupt a doctor pretty darn quick. So that's not going to happen. Looks like the state of New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department holding 3 delinquent property tax auctions, Bernalillo and also Valencia and Guadalupe counties. More delinquent tax auctions will be coming, but in March, they're doing March 14th, 15th, and 21st. If you want to keep up with this, in case you're in southeast New Mexico, want to know when the state is doing tax auctions, go to the New Mexico Taxation and Revenue Department website and keep up with it that way. Pregnant Florida woman. Did you follow this story? She's pregnant. Florida woman accused of murder after allegedly opening fire during an argument inside a packed Uber.
My goodness.
Wow. Some are saying she should be freed to have the baby. And we'll wait and see how this, I mean, she opened fire inside a crowded Uber and shot multiple people. She murdered one person. Mother of the year right there. Unbelievable. And here's another story involving shooting a female employee at the Bunny Ranch. Where's the Bunny Ranch, Tom?
It is in Nevada.
And what is the Bunny Ranch?
It's a whorehouse.
Well, I mean, you can. There's
what it is.
Man,
anyway,
you spell out ass, but you'll just throw that word out there without hesitation.
Whore. Yeah.
And to
Anyway,
be more
she's
specific, it's like 28 miles west of Las Vegas, and you go out, and there's 2 different roads. You got to turn at the one where it's got the big gold cattle guard. But
Russ, you might know a little bit too much about this. Yeah.
I did find a new poll, by the way. Never mind. Go ahead. I got something to recap.
So this woman opened fire at the Bunny Ranch, and there were plenty of money shots. And patrons inside the Bunny Ranch were frightened, mainly because they couldn't get out of there, and police were coming. And they might be seen on the news, and their wives might check this out. Evidently, she was a disgruntled employee that opened fire on the Bunny Ranch.
I thought it would be her wife that seen her credit card bill.
But you know, the the mister who ran that had a heart attack about 7 years ago and died. And now the madam has gone back to run it.
Thank you, Tom.
Yeah.
Appreciate that. By the way, it's a legal house of...
Ill repute.
Thank you. 829 morning show this morning being brought to you by All American Cleaners, family owned and operated. They treat you like family. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes. 17 pounds, only $16.99. They can dry clean your clothes, start you up, keep you looking good. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, Eunice, and now in Jow. Check them out. We're going to get updated with news coming up next. 829, we're being on the Breakfast Club. Text line is open.
Tracy from Eunice. I think Trump was a good president. But I'm like B. If he could just tone down the childish names, calling, he would be more likable, says Tracy from Eunice. I think Trump is going to be Trump no matter what he does.
And I did receive some information, went to the latest polls, and I stand corrected. Donald Trump's numbers are up in the latest. I'm trying to find the polling agency. I don't think it's
the poll I did
Quinnipiac.
last week. Rasmussen shows that Donald Trump would lose to Joe Biden. I find that hard to believe in light of everything. But there are people out there, serious. There are people out there that thinks that Joe Biden has done an awesome job. There are people out there that think the economy is great. I don't know where these people have been. I don't know if they go to the grocery store. I don't know if they've ever filled up for gas, but they actually think things are good. And there are common folks that are liberals that think that Biden is awesome president. It doesn't take that long. Just go to Twitter and read some of the comments every time the White House posts.
Yeah, this is a I can't ever say that word. Too many N's and I's in there. Quinnipiac. There you go. And it actually showed Donald Trump beating Joe Biden, 46% to him, 44% for Biden. Actually showed Ron DeSantis down at 30, but I don't know. This poll could be skewed by the fact that Donald Trump and Nikki Haley and Mike Pence have all declared. Ron DeSantis hasn't. Now they show
Pence hasn't either. Pence has not declared yet.
They show he's got 6% support. Nikki Haley only at 3%. And answer me this, Kevin. Do you think Nikki Haley wants to run for president, or do she just announce her candidacy for vice president?
Yeah. And there is another candidate. I got to find this guy's name. I've never heard of him. He is a conservative. Looks like he's of Indian descent.
Yeah, he's the one on Fox News that shows up, and his hair is different every day. It's always messed up, but it's different.
And I apologize because I'm going to screw up his name. His name, Vivek.
Vic. Oh, you go for the last name. Go ahead.
Vivek Ramaswamy. Anyways, a biotech entrepreneur and investor, and he is running. He authored a book called Woke Inc., and he has entered the race for president.
Very hard conservative. As U.S. president,
name recognition is key with this guy. I'm just saying to this.
Yeah. I will end federally mandated affirmation actions. Fully stop. I will repeal Lyndon Johnson Executive Order 11246, which mandates race-based quotas. Every Republican since Johnson had the opportunity to do it. I'll do it on day one without apologies. That's his statement of the main thing he wants to do.
Amen. All right, Tom, text line quickly, and we'll take our break.
All right, Smokey in Texas. You know, Biden is an awesome president. Awesomely stupid and brain dead, he says this morning. And Lovington Liberal says, I am doing just fine. Just need to manage your money and not buy stuff you can't afford. Biden for 2024, says the text. And says
who are you talking to? Because I know you're not talking to me.
Mm-hmm. I think he's talking to you, baby.
You're talking to me about managing money?
Yeah.
I got a lot of problems. Money is not one of them. But Biden is a terrible president.
Away money, for God's sake. Not to us. By the way, you can't spell truth without Trump, says another texter. And the pregnant woman that shot those people, well, her lawyer wants her to be released because they say her unborn child is innocent of any crime, says the text. And the Buddy House brings a whole new meaning to house of pain, says the texter.
She got a disgruntled employee there.
Right.
All right, 8:35. We're going to take a break. News this morning being brought to you by H&H Fuel Services, reminding you they serve the Permian and Delaware Basin with the fast fusion pipeline machines. Check them out. They've got the squeeze tools up to 16 inches. H&H offers turnkey pipeline and facility construction, subcontractor services, squeeze tools, and in-house fast fusion machines. Give Colin a call this morning at 432-269-6027 or go to the website hnhfs.com. It's qualified people for the trip we're giving away to the Bahamas, and then we'll get you updated with news. We're being the Breakfast Club, 8:35.
Fish, you want to do it all the time. We're just fishing. Old time fishing. Oh, looky there. I've got a bite.
MTD Radio News, I'm Jim Miller. Ranchers suing the feds to stop what they're calling a mass slaughter of cattle in the Gila National Forest this week. The Forest Service announcing plans to shoot down more than 100 cattle roaming in places they shouldn't be, saying they pose a threat to people in sensitive areas of the wilderness. Forest officials planning to send snipers and helicopters tomorrow to shoot and kill roughly 150 cattle within the bounds of the wilderness area. But the plan getting pushback from ranchers who say it's difficult to identify branded cattle from the air. This has been a back and forth fight for years, but this federal lawsuit against the U.S. Forest Service trying to block operations like this for good. It claims the Forest Service obligated to give the public at least 75 days notice to shoot the cattle, and in this case announced it just 5 days ago. Roswell police reporting a man's been arrested for stealing a police car that was left unattended. According to the complaint, the officer left the car running unlocked while he went to the police station. Surveillance video showed a man stealing the car while the officer was away. Based on the video, officers identified the suspect as 33-year-old Miguel Rodriguez. He's been accused of unlawful taking of a motor vehicle. The police car was returned undamaged. Well, Tuesday, New Mexico's legislators took the state one step closer to banning plastic shopping bags. The idea to keep the bags from polluting and trashing New Mexico's environment. The bill would ban single-use plastic shopping bags across the state. It would also allow local municipalities and counties to enact penalties for violating the ban. The House Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources Committee debating the bill and heard from members of the public and lobbyists. The Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce also opposed the ban. They said it would force businesses to raise prices. That's what's happening. I'm Jim Miller, MTD Radio News.
This Lovington Wildcat Sports Update being brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services. Do what you say you can do. Stone Oilfield Services in Lovington.
Stone Oilfield Service backs the Lady Cats as they work to build winning teams and seasons while chasing state championships. Stone Oilfield Service with vacuum, winch, and kill trucks, hydrovacs and hot oilers, frac and acid tanks, gas busters, environmental shields, acidizing, and more. Do what you say you can do. Stone Oilfield Service will get the job done right every time. Serving southeastern New Mexico and West Texas, located at 725 Tatum Highway, or contact 575-396-1840.
the Lovington girls basketball team finished 13-12 overall and 3-3 in district play. But going into last week's action, they were 1-3 in district with 2 games remaining against Goddard and Portales. And they beat them to finish at 500 in district. And it also gave them the number 2 seed for the upcoming tournament. Coach, Chief Bridgeforth.
You know, we had to win 2 games last week. We went from 4th basically, and we win 2 games, one on the road to end up getting 2nd. So, you know, we feel good about, you know, at least being in that position.
Coach, if you beat the survivor of Goddard and Portales and meet Artesia in the title game, will you change anything for that ball game?
You know, not really. I mean, you know, they present problems. You know, this late in the season, you kind of are what you are. We're not going to change up very much. Got to make some shots. That always helps.
Then there's a possibility that Lovington can earn an at-large bid.
You know, I really feel like our district has a shot. The way the Max Prep rankings are, I mean, might even could get 3 in there.
This Lovington Sports Update has been brought to you by Stone Oilfield Services. Go Wildcats!
Are you ready? Ready to get thousands more than ever before? Hey, this is Big Ben, and Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan is ready to give you thousands more than ever before for your current car. We know you're out there and you want to cash in. So if you want thousands more than ever before, you have to act now before the market prices hit the floor. Cars, trucks, vans, or SUVs, we buy them all, big or small. Not to mention, for a limited time, we'll even pay off your current loan when we make a deal. What a steal! Don't be shy and let this opportunity pass you by. Don't hesitate or you'll lose the interest rates. Thousands more than ever before. And we work with all credit scores. You could potentially lower your current monthly payment or get into a vehicle with considerably better gas mileage. Now's the time to take advantage of these amazing offers. But there's only one place to go if you want thousands more than ever before. And that's the big store, Permian Chevy Buick GMC Nissan, 701 West Navajo Drive in Hobbs, or anytime online at PermianGM.com.
This is Davis Smith, the Guerrilla Lawyer, and I'm talking to you from my office on 3130 North Grimes in Hobbs, New Mexico. Our office has exploded with new clients, and do you know why? Fast settlements, fantastic customer service, and man, we love paying our clients money. If you get injured in a car wreck, you come see the Guerrilla. Remember, if you get injured, you get the Guerrilla.
Visit 3130 North Grimes or call 575-964-2720. That's 964-2720.
SDR Enterprises LLC of Hobbs is hiring with immediate openings for operators, drivers, and labor hands. Health benefits and 401k options are available to all employees, and pay will be based upon experience. Must be able to pass a pre-employment drug screening. Apply in person today at 3901 South Eunice Highway or contact them via the web at sdrenterprisesllc.com. SDR Enterprises LLC is an equal opportunity employer.
No one ever wants to get into a car accident, but they happen. So farmers came up with a way to lend a hand when they do. With Crash Assist, the Farmer's Signal app can detect that you've been in an accident and send help your way if you want it. It's one of the many Farmers Policy perks. Call Herschel Ruston Hayes at 575-396-0513 to learn more or get a quote.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Tell you what, easy to swear at you.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Facebook live video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Are you guys having fun? Me and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
8:42 on the way. Rick Pettigrew will be on the extended version this morning. He'll be joining Tom. They'll talk about what's going on at the, of course, the legislative session halfway through the 60-day session. Passengers on board a British Airways flight from Austin to London that they had to move seats when a scorpion was spotted loose on the plane. They were livid because they wanted to board the plane with without any bugs. Scorpion appeared, and they had to, Scorpions will not kill you unless, of course, you're allergic to them. I have been stung multiple times by a scorpion while sleeping in a very, very, very sensitive and private place. I'll leave it at that. Tom, you ever been stung by a scorpion?
Never. I've stepped on one.
But it didn't sting you?
No, it was one of them unstinging rays.
The best zap I've ever got by a scorpion and working out around the ranch and stuff. You'll get bit, one on the arm or something because you get next to something.
Right.
But I reached down to grab a tool and off the ground, and apparently there was one underneath it, and he jacked me right in the palm of my left hand, right in the middle of the palm. Oh my goodness! I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital.
Well, not unless you're...
Tom has all the luck. He runs into the non-stinging scorpions.
Well, unless you're allergic to them, you won't die. It'll just hurt.
Oh, it just hurts.
Yeah.
This felt like
when it happened to me, I thought about I wanted to die because it hurt so bad. Liam Neeson,
yes,
was guest on the View the other day, and he probably won't be back anytime soon.
Yeah,
he said that he felt so uncomfortable with the amount of gushing that Joy did to him. So she had the hots for him, evidently.
Joy was, coming on to Liam Neeson hard.
Yeah.
Was it really?
It's embarrassing to watch.
He's been a widow now for 11 years. He was married to one of the Myron girls. She died in a ski accident about 11 years ago.
She was a beauty. I can't think of her name, but yeah.
Looks like former White House press secretary Jen Psaki will debut this week on MSNBC's political program.
Here we go.
Sunday afternoon, starting next week, in case you want to check that out. And First Lady Jill Biden traveled to Kenya this past week, part of the Biden administration's effort to strengthen ties with Africa. No word if Michelle or Barack went with her. Well, Biden is from Kenya.
Right.
Challenges await the new education secretary. You see the hire they made?
For the state? I didn't see it.
So they tapped a Hispanic school superintendent from the southern part of New Mexico to oversee K through 12 education.
Really?
Congratulations going out to Arsenio Romero, a native of Belen, a veteran superintendent of school districts on the Mexican border and in Los Lunas. He is now penned to be the next Secretary of Education.
Wow. Can you do away?
How many secretaries that we've had?
Number 5 under Michelle Lujan Grisham.
Number 5 and not yet 5 years.
Now, is he going to be for CRT or not? Because if he is, he can go home.
Tom, that's a question you might have to ask him because in the immediate story, they don't mention anything about CRT.
Well, of course not.
And I wouldn't expect they would. Bill to expand the eviction time moves forward in the roundhouse.
Saw that.
I want you to think about this. Who is going to want to own apartment complexes or rental properties? State legislature is working on laws regarding evicting tenants. Right now, we're coming off of COVID. People have lived in apartments and rental properties for years without paying their rent. Have you seen some of the rental properties the way people leave the rental properties?
Yep.
And now you want to give them more time. House Bill 6 includes expanding the time frame on evictions to allow tenants up to 11 days to get current. All you're doing is giving them 11 more days.
I got an idea.
Pay your damn bills.
Pay it, but if you don't, just turn off their electricity. They'll go.
Turn off the electricity and they'll go.
They'll go. Because when it's cold, you need a heater. When it's hot, you need
Now,
air conditioner.
let me figure this out.
Uh-huh.
So, who's going to turn off the electricity?
The tenant. Each
The
unit has
tenant.
each tenant has each renter has its own what do you call it? Box, electric box.
So the tenant is going to turn the electricity off on himself.
Yep. Wait a minute.
Am I the only one that heard that?
Wait a minute. You pulled a fast one on me.
No, I didn't do anything.
No, we'll talk to Randy about it coming up here on the extended version.
Wow. Man wanted for a homicide in Brownfield, Texas, was caught trying to cross into the U.S. through the Bridge of America's border crossing, according to U.S. Border and Customs. 24-year-old man, not identified by name, but had a warrant for his arrest for murder in Brownfield, arrested at the bridge yesterday, trying to cross back over into the United States from Mexico. Child sex abuse rescue operation saves 28 kids. 28 children were rescued from abusive situations as part of a law enforcement crackdown on child porn that led to the arrest of close to 60 people yesterday in Texas, most of that in North Texas. And a Florida amusement park stops a ride in midair after one of the carriages had flipped with unseatbelted riders inside. Probably the biggest word that you can hear while watching the video is, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, coming from a woman who was riding that ride. And 2 dead and 3 injured in an explosion in Miami at an industrial complex. The explosion shot a massive fireball in the air. 2 dead, 3 injured. 8:51, Tomas.
You know, text saying there has been 4 telephone poles blown down between the Lovington Stiles Road. I'll check on that, more on that in a moment. And you know, Tom, the tenants have more rights than the owners. I mean, you can't turn,
no doubt,
cannot turn off the power or the water off. You damn sure can. I've seen it happen.
And you cannot turn. First of all, you're saying that the landlord is going to turn the electricity and water off?
Yep.
Can't happen.
And
Will not happen.
I did some research on that ride where the people were trapped. Right. It's actually been open for more than 10 years now, and since its opening, it's had its share of ups and downs.
Lots of ups and downs, I'm sure.
Okay, serious question for Kevin, and this come from a friend of mine on my phone, private text. Says, ask Kevin this. Do you believe that the Biden administration is trying to pick a war and get us into a war before election time because they know the president never gets voted out during a war? You know, the old thing, we don't change horses in the middle of a war.
I would hope not. I don't know who would we go to war with. I don't think the American people will stand for us sending American men and women to Ukraine.
Well, Biden vows to defend literally, this is a new news article, Biden vows to defend literally every inch of NATO territory. Article 5 is a sacred commitment saying that any more actions against any more countries by Russia and America will come to their aid and get involved with troops. He flat says that in a speech today.
Well, hell, Ukraine is not even a member of NATO, and we came to their defense.
That would be the only way that Joe Biden maintains
Russia's
his
busy
presidency.
with Ukraine. They haven't attacked Poland or any other countries that are members of NATO. Not yet. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials, reminding you that they give great customer service and they have ready-mix concrete. No matter what the project is, big or small, they've got you covered with great customer service and always offer you the lowest possible price they can give you. Find out more information, chancematerials.com, 575-363-3240, or you can go to the website, chancematerials.com. Tom, wrap up those texts. We'll take a break. Good news of the day coming up.
Well, now this particular text, there's 8 poles down on the on that Lovington Road, and boom, it's human trafficking. It's happening. Evergreen going down, says the texter. Another one is asking about first the buffalo, well, now the cows. It's to control those that can be. Now, did I mention earlier in the show that they're having a hearing today in Santa Fe regarding killing cows from a helicopter, which is supposed to happen tomorrow? Those are feral cows. And I talked to Brunson Corn. He'll have maybe he'll get with us tomorrow to see what happened. But restraining order is supposed to be heard today. We'll see what happens. B.
I actually had the pleasure of shooting feral pigs from a helicopter. And it's some of the most fun that I had in Uvalde, Texas. And feral pigs, of course, are a menace, on society. And we went out and just mowed. And I shot until I couldn't shoot anymore. And we got Dusty Holt, who was the owner of the helicopter company. They actually got paid by ranchers to kill feral hogs.
Wow. Crazy.
So we had a blast.
Well, you know why they're doing it? The U.S. Forest Service is doing it because they claim those feral cows are a threat to the ecobiology thing. I don't know what that means. I
mean, that's what feral means.
Yeah.
Huh?
And so, I mean, why these particular cows? I mean, well, they do nothing to nobody, did they? Except breed.
Well, like one caller said last week, a lot of these cows aren't even feral.
Yeah.
So, all right, 8:56. We got to take a break. We're coming back. Good news of the day up next. News this morning being brought to you by WWRV. 3 RV parks and 1 based in Carlsbad. They've got 162 RV sites, 30 and 50 amps available, all utilities included in one price. They're pet friendly. They've got a high-speed internet wired right to your site. Give them a call, 988-0392, or go to www.rv3.com. We're coming back, and on the extended version, Randy Pettigrew is on the way. Our number 877-396-W105. We'll be right back.
Smith?
Yes.
Yeah, I was hoping to speak with you about your tax return.
Oh my gosh, am I getting audited?
No, sir. I just wanted to talk to you about your tax return.
I don't cheat.
Sir.
I am not a cheater.
Sir,
the nerve of you.
Sir, I just wanted to see if you were receiving a refund.
Oh, your intimidation games won't work with me.
Sir, I just wanted to see if you thought about using your refund to get into a new set of wheels.
I will have you know. Wait, what?
Use that refund and take advantage of a $5,000 rebate plus $7,500 federal tax credit up front on a 2023 Wrangler 4xe. That's $12,500 off on a Chrysler lease now at Sierra Blanca Motors.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Biden's meeting in Warsaw, Poland today with the leaders of Eastern European allies and the head of NATO about regional issues and the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Russia's President Vladimir Putin's been meeting with China's top diplomat.
Senior Chinese diplomat Wang Yi is spending the week in Moscow. Wang says he's there to strengthen and deepen relations. China, one of the few countries to have stood by Moscow since the war began.
Fox's Jonathan Savage. Conservative entrepreneur and author Vivek Ramaswamy announces he's running for the Republican presidential nomination.
We have celebrated our diversity and our differences for so long that we forgot all of the ways we're really just the same as Americans, bound by a common set of ideals that set this nation into motion 250 years ago.
Ramaswamy with Fox's Tucker Carlson there. He's 37 years old, made millions in the healthcare and tech industries, and calls himself a godfather of the anti-woke movement. America's listening to Fox News.
The science is clear. Nutritious food helps kids grow up healthier and do better in school. Senate Bill 4, backed by Governor Lujan Grisham and sponsored by Senators Michael Padilla and Leo Jaramillo, means better nutrition, better student performance, and a brighter future for our children.
You gotta have a healthy lunch so your brain can get strong.
This message is brought to you by the American Heart Association. Call your legislators today and ask them to support New Mexico State Senate Bill 4.
Carlsbad Chevy is giving away a car for President's Day.
This is huge.
Come on in and register to win. No purchase necessary. Your job is your credit at Carlsbad Chevrolet. Bring a pay stub and a utility bill. We'll do the rest. Get more for your refund, cause tax time is car time. And we're dropping prices like a bad habit. Straight up giving one away. Register before February 28th for your chance to win. See dealer for details. Carlsbad Chevrolet, home of the great, great guys.
Hey, it's me, the voice inside your head. Remember that crash we were in? We spent a week in the hospital. We should have called the personal injury attorney right away. But it's not too late. We can still get the money we deserve.
Were you involved in a motor vehicle accident, wrongful death, civil rights violation, or even police brutality? Give Adam Oki Law, the Black Belt Lawyer, a call today. 505-433-4953.
Hey, are those the new staff shirts we've been waiting on?
Yes, and no.
What do you mean?
Well, they're supposed to be, but I went through one of those big online places promising lowest price point and fastest turnaround. Well, it was cheap and kind of fast, and they look awful. And after being on hold for an hour to speak with someone, they said it was the artwork provided, and there's nothing they could do.
Let me guess, one of those upload your logo places?
Yes, exactly. Now I've got boxes of shirts that we can't use.
You need to call Awesome Graphics.
The local place I hear on the radio? Can they handle an order this big?
Of course. That's the good thing about Awesome Graphics. They have the technology and equipment the big guys have, but they're here in southeast New Mexico. So not only are you keeping your money local, you have real local people who care about getting your order right. Plus, they can handle your signage, company-branded pencils and cups, and so much more.
What about FR jackets with our company logo embroidered on?
Yep, those two. Stop by and see them at 523 West Sanger in Hobbs. Or, since you like online, go to their convenient local website, myawesomegraphics.com.
Myawesomegraphics.com, huh? They really are the best of both worlds.
You will listen to every damn word I have to say!
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the God Studio. Text line at 877-396-W105. Powered by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Facebook live video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Very discreet, but I'll haunt your dreams.
Randy Pettigrew coming up on the extended version. Stand by for that. Good news of the day being brought to you by our buddy Rustin Hayes at Farmers Insurance Agent, Avenue D and Lovington, right across the street from Bob's, 575-396-0513. He can take care of all your insurance needs, home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance, and more. Herschel Rustin Hayes. Call him today. Proud sponsor of the Good News of the Day.
Well, United Airlines has a new family seating policy. Parents with kids under 12 can now see a map for all the seats on the flight and find seats together without paying extra, or if there's any seats together at all, and switch to different flight fees, which they're putting that as good news. I think making the kids someone else's problems for about 4 or 5 hour flights part of the good news. And also, a 41-year-old from Oklahoma named Camlyn Herron just broke her own world record by running 100 miles in 12 hours and 41 minutes and 11 seconds. Her average time was around 7.5 minutes per hour. That's pretty quick for a woman that age. And our last good news story. Last month, a 47-year-old guy was rescued in the Caribbean after 24 days lost at sea. He said he survived on ketchup. And Now Heinz is trying to track him down and buy him a new boat. They haven't been able to find him, so they turned in for social media help. They want to find the ketchup boat guy. So if you're the ketchup boat guy and you're listening to the deal, congratulations on surviving. And Hunts wants to offer you a job. There you go.
Banana ketchup or tomato ketchup?
I think it was tomato ketchup by the bottle they're showing.
Did you know they make ketchup out of bananas?
No, but I know I want some.
I'll bring you a bottle back.
There you go. That's your good news story of the day.
All right, we got to take a break. We'll have Randy Pettigrew coming up next. 904 KWMW, Maljamore 105.1 FM. We're W105. I'll see you tomorrow morning for another edition, Thursday edition of B and the Breakfast Club. Tom A. will have Randy Pettigrew on next. We'll be talking about the session in New Mexico and more. We're W105. Checking in with news, coming right back. News this morning being brought to you by Roswell Livestock and Farm Supply. They've got all the Western wear that you'll ever need, everything for the farm and ranch. And don't forget, you can find them also in Capitan at the Lincoln County Mercantile. We'll be right back with Randy Pettigrew on W105.
MTD Radio News, I'm Jim Miller. Ranchers suing the feds to stop what they're calling a mass slaughter of cattle in the Gila National Forest this week. The Forest Service announcing plans to shoot down more than 100 cattle roaming in places they shouldn't be, saying they pose a threat to people in sensitive areas of the wilderness. Forest officials planning to send snipers and helicopters tomorrow to shoot and kill roughly 150 cattle within the bounds of the wilderness area. But the plan getting pushback from ranchers who say it's difficult to identify branded cattle from the air. This has been a back and forth fight for years, but this federal lawsuit against the U.S. Forest Service trying to block operations like this for good. It claims the Forest Service obligated to give the public at least 75 days notice to shoot the cattle, and in this case announced it just 5 days ago. Roswell police reporting a man's been arrested for stealing a police car that was left unattended. According to the complaint, the officer left the car running unlocked while he went to the police station. Surveillance video showed a man stealing the car while the officer was away. Based on the video, officers identified the suspect as 33-year-old Miguel Rodriguez. He's been accused of unlawful taking of a motor vehicle. The police car was returned undamaged. Well, Tuesday, New Mexico's legislators took the state one step closer to banning plastic shopping bags. The idea to keep the bags from polluting and trashing New Mexico's environment. The bill would ban single-use plastic shopping bags across the state. It would also allow local municipalities and counties to enact penalties for violating the ban. The House Energy, Environment, and Natural Resources Committee debating the bill and heard from members of the public and lobbyists. The Greater Albuquerque Chamber of Commerce also opposed the ban. They said it would force businesses to raise prices. That's what's happening. I'm Jim Miller, MTD Radio News.
This Eunice Cardinals update being brought to you by Guns Up Services, 2403 Avenue O, proudly supporting the Eunice Cardinals.
Guns Up Services, LLC of Eunice, supporting the community for over 13 years, wants to wish the Eunice Cardinals another winning year and are also encouraging everyone to show up in support of all Eunice sport. With oil field services that range from vacuum trucks, winch trucks, dump trucks, and backhoes, they have frac tanks, caliche, downhole chemicals, saltwater disposal, and freshwater sales. Guns Up Services, LLC, helping keep our oil field trucking. 2403 Avenue O, Eunice. Or call at 575-399-2457. That's 575-399-2457. Go Cardinals.
The only thing that kept the Eunice Cardinals from winning the basketball district championship this season was the Jow Panthers. Eunice finished at 16-8 on the year and 6-2 in district. Both those district losses at the hands of the Panthers, and they were two close games. Coach Mason McBee.
I thought both the times that we got beat by them, we led the game for a majority of both of those games. Through three quarters, I think we had the lead on both those games. Some small breakdowns on different things, and it's going to take a whole game to beat a good team, and they're a good team, and we know that, and I think we're a good team. We just want to play the best ball that we can.
And Coach, the team has had a great year. What's been the key?
Just the kids being in the program for a year helps, and then our off-season helped, having a really good summer. And then, of course, we just have really great kids that are just, they want to learn and they want to compete. And so getting to coach them has been a blessing. I think our kids are great. And, you know, them being young and not having any seniors, I think we can only go up